Moments ago, went through their usual pregame ritual, although there's nothing usual about a Game 7.
What time is it? Game time!
And welcome to Game 7, everybody.
Yo, what's happening? Yes, another Sunday, you know what I'm saying? Another blessed Sunday. We're not gonna call it Sunday service, but thank y'all for tuning in. Y'all know the rules. Go ahead, share this into the group, share this into whatever platforms you stream on, you're in. Give them access. Before we get into it, this is the Game 7 podcast. I'm your host, De Niro, with Santana the Great.
Yes, sir.
PH himself, Jason Polk. What's happening, fellas?
What up, man? What's going on with y'all? My government name, Daddy. Yo, don't tell the world my government name.
Man, you getting out there. You getting a whole my shit connected and Mr. Salmon over there is over there.
Word, Mr. Salmon now. Thank you, Mr. Nash. Thank you.
I'm sorry. Pantaloon Hunter. What's happening? What's up, AT? What's happening? Stanley, I see they tuned in early. They know what's finna go down, man. I cannot wait for y'all.
I can't see who in.
Let me set the rules right now again. I know I do this every week, but my business card is on the page. There is a number that you can call, and if you want to, hit me up. Say something. I will send you a link to chime in. We gonna get a lot off our chest today, man. This podcast today is special. I'm not necessarily interested in none of the other antics and shit and the gossip that's going on in the world. This is what I made this podcast for. Unfortunately, in the past, we had to address certain shit, the elephants in the room, obviously police brutality and everything else. And the fight still goes on. We truly believe that. But this week, we potting. It's certain shit that just has to get out. And for all the Jadas out there and all the talk shows that the women have and the books and the movies and stuff that they can run to, I don't recall, men having this kind of platform and being able to go out there. And they reckless right now. These women are running reckless right now.
Yeah, we gotta go. We gotta go get a fade to get that therapy. You know what I'm saying?
Listen, women are running. I don't care if the shoe fit. Where women are running reckless in 2020. I don't know if it's the quarantine. I don't know.
But now, what you mean by that? They running reckless?
I mean, I can scroll down my timeline and the way women insult men, degrade men, or think so highly of themselves and so low of us, so little of us. It's too many topics out there from what a man is supposed to do in a house, how a man is supposed to perform, what's expected of him. Is it his mother or his woman? It's too many topics out there. Women have a lot to say about what men are supposed to be or what a man is supposed to look like. And I just want to address it.
Is some women coming on the show, man? I need to hear from some women.
That's what I already said it. I'm sending out the invite. Ain't nobody biting.
I pray to God you women are listening. I pray to God that y'all have some input. And I'm going to bring y'all on here too. You got something to say. You will have your time. You will have your time. Today, learn something.
I have my man, Mr. Morris. What's up, Daddy O?
Yeah, see Tim. See Key. What's up?
What up, cuzzo? Listen, there is no gassing. And there lies the problem, right? All right, let's start there. Since you said that, there's a difference between treating a woman right and gassing, complimenting a woman and gassing. The problem is women don't know when the niggas compliment them and treat them right and when they run a game. Let's just start there. What is a man supposed to do if I'm doing everything that I can to compliment you, to make you feel good, to give you the attention that you need and stuff, and you consider that a running game? You looking at me sideways, you thinking I'm playing you, and she said, and then they don't listen. And then they don't listen. Exactly, and that's the other part of it. That's the other part, Johnny. Like, as a man, as a man, the confusion is real. And I have it all. I have it all up here, but the confusion is real. If you tell us this is what you want and we give you what you want, what is then the problem? And the fact is, women don't know what they want. And as soon as y'all can admit that and be honest with y'allself, we we would be in a better place. I'm gonna give you an example. I saw a post where a woman said, uh, 50-50. She wants a 50-50 relationship. 50-50. What is 50-50?
What is 50-50?
Because
50-50 sounds like 50% of the bills to me. 50%
okay,
Sound like
of
down, sound
effort,
like down the
50%
middle.
of cleaning.
what is 50-50? I know they don't know what they want. And it's getting annoying because again, if we're talking 50-50, if we're talking 50-50, and we talking all of this, we're talking all of this what a man's supposed to do from opening doors to paying the bills to all the providing the protection and stuff and all of I'm sick of what you doing text. It's never get ready, get dressed, and all that. All right. So you expect a man to work his ass off, text you, get up, go, and then you gonna bitch and complain about him not taking care of the kids, not you not having a meal ready or certain things around the house. That's not 50-50. That's not 50-50. Don't, oh Lord, you see it. You see it. Candace, it may not be y'all in this room. It may not be related to individuals, but let's be honest. There's a lot of women out there that really just won't come out and say they ain't about shit. You can't keep a man, you can't find a man, and you can't satisfy a man because you ain't about shit.
Mm, just like
You
that.
going so hard on my side.
Oh, he jumping off the diving board early, huh? All right, let's go. We
Well,
here now.
let's keep it a
We
buck.
here
If
now.
you're jumping, listen, if you're jumping, if you can't keep a man, if you can't keep a man, maybe it's you. Can we start there?
Hey, that be my.
If every if
I say that
every
a
man
lot. I say
if
that.
you get online and if every man or you're posting niggas want to slave down, men want to slave, they don't want to wife. Okay, so clearly men are asking you to do things that you are unwilling to do, and if that's cooking and cleaning, just say you don't want to be a wife. If every man is asking you, if your history shows you that a man is asking you to do certain things that you are not comfortable with, unwilling to do, go work, provide for yourself, do what you do. Stop complaining about men ain't shit. It's you. If you're mad all the time and the problem persists in every relationship, it is you. You're the common denominator.
Common denominator. That's my favorite word. Common denominator. You in each one of them stories. You the character in each one of them books and chapters. Your ass is in that book.
And every one of them, if all of them cheat on you, if all of them somehow, I don't know, and I'm not condoning cheating, I'm just calling it what it is. Just say your pussy whack.
Oh
Just say
my
you
god.
can't satisfy a man.
My man ain't even stick his toe in the water. He just
Oh my
ran up to the
god.
beach and jumped in.
What's going
Bro, listen. Okay, listen. Okay, listen. No. Listen, let's back it up. Let's back it up. Let's say it's not your pussy. Let's say it's not none of the sexual things like that. Maybe you should stop looking in wherever area you're looking at for that type of man. Let's keep it simpler.
We're not looking,
Whatever
chasing.
man you're interested in, that type is not compatible with you. You
Chasing.
need to find the type of man that's compatible with you. But to get online or go out here and act as though all men or men are the problem is wild. That's wild. Yeah, I came out. I'm sorry, y'all. I can't. I
You
got
want to
so
get that off your chest, G. I feel you.
no. Listen, she started it. My cousin said what she said. That wasn't even where I was gonna start. I was actually gonna start with the fact that black men, or a statement I seen online said black men deal with trauma by attempting to get rich, acquiring things, upgrading their life.
I
Right?
mean, that's, if that not? I feel like that. You don't agree or you disagree?
No. Listen, I do agree to an extent. So the rebuttal to that is it's oversimplification. That is our worth. I've said this before. It is tied into it, but we're not loved unless we
You got a
that's
couple
around
dollars.
right. So it's the trauma of being, and I'm talking specifically speaking, specifically from my point of view, your point of view, maybe even yours, Santana. But yes, the trauma. I do my best work when I'm pissed off,
Mm.
with my back against the wall, which is most of my life. When I don't have help, when I know I don't have it, when I know and I realize that I'm not loved, when I'm looking at that woman over there that's going to the drug dealer, think about it. I'm doing my work. I understand that, oh, this is what they respect. Same with law, same with, you know, athletes and voices and everything. I'm seeing this is what they respect. So, yes, the trauma that you go through and you understand that it won't fix things, but I'm dealing with that. Men deal with trauma by acquiring wealth and going after success. With that being said, a lot of us get to the money, and you cannot be mad at the attitude and the way that we move afterward. You didn't want me then. I wasn't worth shit then. Now I got it. You chose back then. Now I'm choosing today.
Mhm.
It's not, and it's not that complicated.
I mean,
I'm
not.
traumatized.
Yeah.
I'm traumatized. All my life,
I see women out there that's winners though. It's some that's winners that
I know I'm not talking to all women. I said if the shoe fits, it's the same with all men, and that's the point of us having this conversation. Is the narrative is never ever directed towards women. A woman can literally go online, shake her ass, call a man thirsty for liking a picture, but you got your ass out. It's never the reversal. A woman can literally chase a baller, an athlete, a man of success, and they never call him thirsty.
Mm-mm.
no,
But if
they be called thirsty.
nah, they be called like
Not,
gold
yeah, not for
diggers,
the most part.
opportunists, and stuff.
I
It's a
mean, yeah,
respectable way to do shit.
It's like a norm
but
now.
but I mean, I ain't gonna lie to you though, G. If I had a pussy, shit, I wouldn't have no
That's
job,
the point.
nigga.
So that being said, so listen, the double standard to that is always a double standard, right? So the double standard to that is if you're using that to your advantage, don't then go online and say all niggas do is slang dick and fuck anything walking.
Right.
Okay, you throwing it. If niggas fucked you, just say niggas fucked you and ran off.
Say, tell the truth, keep it a bean.
Yeah, tell a whole story. The
Keep,
story
yeah, we want to know the real.
you thought I had money or you liked me, I smashed, I'm gone, and now you mad. And it happened a few times.
A few times. Mm-mm-mm.
Absolutely, Johnny. It is called a hustle. And I respect the hustle. The naked hustle, the stripping and everything, I do. But again, let's keep it a buck here.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
There's women that call females like, oh no, listen, there's some respectable women. There
Mm-hmm.
is. There are a lot of respectable women. I'm not talking to them.
so
I'm not talking
are
to them.
they considered hoes? Because is it vice versa for men
I
too?
don't
Then is a
what you do, listen, what you do with your life, male or female, I don't have an opinion on. If you choose as a male to sell drugs, that's your life. If you want to hustle and scam, that's your life. I don't care how you get your money. I don't have a problem with that. But what I am saying is you have to respect, as a woman, you have to respect the 9 to 5 male worker just as much as you respect the athlete and the baller and the drug dealer.
Tuh,
If not
yeah.
more.
tuh.
If not more. Acknowledge the 9 to 5 worker that make 100 plus a year. Acknowledge the man that goes out there, works hard every day for his money, comes home to you and provides. When you start to glorify the type of men that choke you out on, reality TV shows, or in public, or beat your ass, you stuck with what you stuck with, and you won't leave that because you like that lifestyle. But don't then bottle up all men. Exactly, hustling is hustling. I have zero problem how you get your money. All I'm saying is what I'm saying. Respect the 9 to 5 worker. Stop treating men that actually go out here and get it as if it's not adequate enough for you. What are you doing? What the fuck do you mean it's not adequate enough for you? What the fuck do you bring to the table? What are you looking for? What life can you afford to give me if my job releases me? How many times are you going to visit me in jail if I take this penitentiary chance on you to make sure that you
Here's the
straight?
thing: women want their life, but trust me, that's a stressful life. They don't really want it, especially if you are that man's woman. If I ask you to hold a key in your purse and we take this trip, are you gonna hold this key with me, shorty? Or are you just in it for the perks?
Let me tell you something, and that's my point. I drove trucks for years. I was in the military before that. If I lose my life in a war, you see what going on for a hood. If I drive this truck today and a drunk driver hits me and I don't make it home, what is that any less dangerous than moving keys?
Hell
Respect.
yeah. I mean, it's definitely a little bit less.
No. Santana, you drove.
Mm-hmm.
I would see deadly accidents damn near a day, dog.
Every day.
No bullshit.
No,
Dead.
it's facts. Every
I'm
day.
I'm talking between here in Dallas, here in San Antonio, every day for 5 or 6 years. I'm not a fireman. I'm not a police officer. I can pinpoint drivers hitting the wrong side of the medium, smacking your truck. You got nothing to do with that. I can see drivers. I don't know if they drunk. I see drivers pass me, and then you get down the road and the whole traffic stop.
Fam, I was out there in the mountains, fam. So I done seen some shit out there on the road.
Done that in Nevada. I've drove through there in the snow. I've
West,
seen
East, I've been there.
go off the edge. What I'm saying is the dangers of it is respect the fact that I'm still putting my life on the line to provide for you. No, I'm not moving keys, but let's keep it a buck. You're glorifying and you put certain dudes in that lifestyle, the Young Money. Young Money. Oh, I don't know that dude. I don't know them rappers. You put that shit on there because a man bought Shorty a new car that she probably can't drive, never drive. You don't even know if it's hers. But if a man puts you in a position to win, if a man drives, if a man can go out here and put you through school or any of that, respect it. Especially if you didn't do it on your own.
It ain't as flashy.
It's
It
not
ain't it
enough
ain't
that is
it
my
ain't as
point.
cool. You know what I'm saying?
I know it's not
Like you
enough.
say, I drive a truck. I hook up trailers. I move as opposed to my guy. He do these. You know what I'm saying? He got this way. He did that. I get these. Come on, man. We in this internet age. We ain't want to post every fucking thing and compete, dog. It's all the competition, man. Like it got to sound good. It got to be pretty. Got to have all the glitz and glamour and all that with it.
Yeah, and in that spirit, I saw a meme that had a male and a woman staring at each other, and it said the caption said loyalty is a choice. Let me just tell you, behind the woman, they had other guys offering her diamond rings, a bag of money, some vacations, and all this other shit. A house. This is a meme, dog. It's like a cartoon drawing. All the hands from the other dudes while she's standing there looking at her man, and the guys are pulling her diamond rings, car, planes, rest of that. The loyalty is a choice. Guess what was behind the man? A fucking leg with some fishnet pantyhose on. What does that tell you?
I don't get it.
It's in other words, what they saying is there's men out here that are offering women all of these things, and the only thing men look for in a woman is sexy shit, sex. We are easily like to me that alone was offensive because it's like that's all y'all think of us is as long as she pretty or she throwing pussy at us, we going. That's all loyalty is for us. That's it. You think men don't want a woman that's about some shit and about business? And what does that say about women if you feel like the only and mind you, I didn't make this meme. What does that say about you if your loyalty or whatever is dictated on material things? Goes back to the beginning of this. Now, as a man, I have to go out here and acquire wealth, riches, and shit to make sure that I'm secure enough in myself to hold my head high and spit that game, talk my shit. It's a wild circle.
It's a dirty game, yo. It's all a game. That's why I say it's a dirty game out there. It's cold. It's a cold world, bro.
They do want that Kardashian life, and then they end up with a Kanye. Whole
Hey,
time.
your ass hate Kanye, boy.
No, I don't. I don't. I don't hate Kanye. I know it seems like that, but let's keep it a buck. Like I keep saying this shit. Like the man is moving off of his name.
I think folks just
Nobody's like
crazy, dude. He just
nobody.
ain't got a.
Right, but what I'm saying is like with Kanye is one of them same examples. You would vote for him for president or entertain that fact because of what he's done financially or in music or whatever, but he ain't done shit for Chicago yet. Wouldn't you like that's the levels to it.
I
Like
mean, we just may not know he ain't done shit for Chicago publicly. I'm sure he didn't gave back. Now he got enough money to
I
LeBron
ain't
to
talking,
start a school,
Mm.
but he ain't. I
I'm,
feel you.
I'm talking about I'm talking about the levels that you and I have to go through on a day-to-day basis. The hurdles you and I have to jump through on a day-to-day basis. If I told you today that I'm going to run for president just because of who I am, ain't nobody taking me serious or nor giving me my vote off of that.
I
But
mean, but
if I started like
that's
Barack
what everything is
did,
based off of.
no, but that's what I'm saying. Fix Chicago is what I'm saying. He
Mhm.
told us he was moving back to Chicago. He was fixing Chicago. He's moving back. He didn't do it.
Not at all.
You can't fix these ignorant ass niggas here, man. These niggas retarded.
Either way, either
These
way,
niggas retarded.
you see. So you said I hate him. No, when you see guys like that get more respect and more like people run to still buy the album, do all of that for anybody that's really out here putting in the work, you're gonna feel some kind of way. You, like I said, that's your clothing line right there. You're not gonna tell me that looking at that dude's clothes, you ain't like, bruh, get that shit the fuck out of here.
I mean, I did, but I also know that it's all about branding. That's what I also know. So I understand the game. Like the shit was whack, but I also understand the game.
And I know,
You know what I'm saying? It's like, I mean, it's just the game, G.
but,
It's the
but
game.
game,
Motherfuckers in Chicago, they t-shirts costing $60. $60. They just charge a
so
nigga
the game,
$60.
so listen, so this is what I'm saying. This is what I'm
It's
saying.
branding.
So the game again says a guy like Mike, a guy like you, a guy like me, we can't get Nicki Minaj. But she'll fuck with a known rapist, felon, sex offender, whatever. And the dude can't even, he has to get a court order in order to see the birth of his child. As a man sitting back, you can't tell me that you like, huh? And I can pinpoint a few relationships like that. That's why I was
Mhm.
going with the whole Kanye thing. Or the guys that you get. You see women that continuously make these decisions, and then when it don't pan out for you, you look in the wrong, like come on. You got to see it. You're looking in the wrong direction. You're doing it all the wrong way. She is a goofy. But she's one of the many goofies out here that influence these people to go out here, or these women and other women to get
You
out
say
here.
y'all think Kim is a goofy? I like Kim. I
No,
ain't
no,
got
no,
no
no, 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 no,
nobody talking about.
no, no. I'm talking about Nicki
Yeah,
Minaj.
nigga.
Oh yeah, she's
I'm
a
talking
goofy.
about Nicki Minaj. Yeah. I'm saying with a whole following like that to make it all right and acceptable, what does that say? What does that say about or to what is the subliminal messaging or whatever that's put out there for men like myself or whoever?
All right.
When you constantly, like I said, if you're constantly giving and you actually put in the work to check on a woman, like, hey, how you doing?
He said, "Who got the Rona?" That's COVID 420, my brother.
COVID
That ain't
420.
COVID 19.
T, where you at, man? You need to be joining us and talking that shit, bro. Hey, Terrence was supposed to originally be my co-host on here, man.
Then what happened, man?
I moved from Cali,
Mm.
and then
I mean, shit. That's what the internet for.
right,
Mhm.
but we wasn't doing this, and we weren't trying to do it this way before COVID.
Okay, you want to do it live,
Right,
like
I got
right.
Studio.
mics and all this shit up. We was supposed to sit down and do the rest of this shit, but it didn't pan out. This just kind of happened because me and Santana was like, man, look, we got to stop talking about it and do it. So like
Mhm.
shit, on ahead. We tried it out a couple times and went on ahead and do it. So this is kind of how that happened. But yeah, T, my man. But yeah, that's kind of what I'm going with. That is when you look around, if the subliminal messages from women saying, oh, you got to go through a couple futures to get you a Russell or Russell upgraded, her and so on and so forth. While that's true, you also know that the 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 underlying message to that is get you a corny nigga.
Yeah. That's how I took it. Later, after you fuck around, you know what I'm saying? A couple motherfuckers gonna fuck you over. Go
Or
ahead and get the corny dude
or how I take it,
and live happily ever after that.
or how I take it is, you a corny nigga if you willing to treat a woman that way. That's how I took it. What Russ is doing is absolutely how a man's supposed to treat, but it's highlighted because they want to shine light on the contrast between an ain't shit nigga that she used to have. She chose him, mind you, and now she finally got a dude, and we know for a fact that they kind of relate that kind of sweet shit to corniness. In actuality, what you really want is a future,
Yeah.
but you're settling. I posted some shit today where light skinned dude made reference to him never wanting to date a dark skinned girl because of blah 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 and whatever, and the women took offense to it.
Clown.
It's the same thing. If a man brings you flowers, if a man orders you gifts, order you chocolate, send you things, take you out, wine and dine you, and doing all the things, and you relate him as soft or corny, and you still kind of we pick up on that. We see that. We know what you telling your girls. We know the vibes. We know when you think you got a Vic and a sucker, lame. We ain't stupid. She said, looking for a Russell. Hey, you should have one. And don't take offense to this, but most women only look for it after they've had kids down the line when they want that stepdaddy. Am I lying? Most of the time, I said this a couple episodes ago. As a matter of fact, most women wait until all their cards in the basket, all their hands is played to say that they want. It's not all. Like I say, if the shoe fit, wear it. I'm not trying to offend nobody, no, but that's the truth. That is the truth. Most women wait till they, and then suddenly that wake up call hit that. Oh man, I need me one of those. Shit, I keep it a buck. Once you get him and you see all the corny shit he do, you still complain as a woman.
Now that they can't help, G. You just gotta keep.
What complaining?
Yes, you can.
Yeah.
If we can do it, they can.
I don't care who it is. You can't complaining.
You pick your battles. Let me tell you.
You always gonna deal with complaining.
Come on, G.
Some-
Don't even.
let him go.
When I was about 20, I used to say, I think women love to argue because it lets off that feeling of new love, and you fuck them and you love them again, and what I thought that. I said to myself, I think they really like fighting and arguing because now that feeling of falling in love all over again and text and that new shit there, it's like a circle. Like I used to think that, but no, you can absolutely you you could have a nigga going out for the Lou Will special and Friday night and payday. I'm going for wings, baby, but I'm getting some
Get
on
some thighs on the side.
City. Yeah, you could have one of them. You could have a nigga that dip. But you see a man playing video games or watching a game with some shit, and suddenly he a bum. He ain't earned that. And there are some bums out there. Don't get it twisted. But
Yeah, out there.
you know what I'm saying? They out there. But this is my comfort zone. You want me to run the streets? Let me know, baby. What do you want? You know they can control that. That's just in them. That's the real them. That's what I'm saying.
I don't think so, G. I don't think they can control. I think it's just in them to complain and fight, G. Like they can't help it. Like no matter what, G, they can be happy as can be, and they just can't help it. It's it's like headaches.
You don't get around no complaining. Complaining and nagging.
Every woman just get headaches every day. Do your wife get a headache all the time, Santana?
To get a headache?
Does she get headaches?
Here and there, but not for me most of the time. But
I mean, no, not necessarily from you.
no, I'm just talking shit,
know
but yeah.
Women in general just have headache every day. They just can't help it. They just have headaches.
You're their headache. You're their headache.
No, I don't even exist in a lot of these women's lives. G, they be having headaches all day. I just be like, damn. I be like, yeah, my wife got a headache again today. Blah. Yeah.
Exactly. I'm talking about your woman. Your woman wake up every day and she look at your black ass and she say, this nigga.
Goddamn.
Again. And then she say some slick shit like, what you doing today? Knowing what you doing, And then she roll her eyes and she say he doing that same shit. And the whole time,
It's
yeah,
You get
they wake up, you're their headache. But you have a choice, Shawty.
I'm
Like,
your headache.
yeah, you can leave. Yes, you are. You are absolutely, as a man, you are absolutely, you know why you the headache, G? Because you didn't wake up and say, pack your shit. And she said, and no. You didn't wake up. You didn't you didn't wake up and say, baby, let's get on this plane. I booked us a flight. Let's go. Leave your clothes. We'll shop when we get here. Because that's what they want. For clothes that they only gonna wear one time for the gram. For pictures they only taking for their friends in competition. For a lifestyle that only lasts, and then I gotta bust my ass to recoup that. And then when we get back, you want the new AirPods. You want that new Fashion Nova. It's a lot that goes into that, is what I'm saying. And I'm not saying that they not worthy, but what I am saying is your headache comes when you look at all these reality shows, or you scroll that gram, or you get on Facebook, you say to yourself, damn, that girl on vacation again, that girl on food stamps. She's selling pussy.
internet. That's
She
what I
got a
say.
nigga behind her she don't even take pictures of.
It's a lot of shit they not taking pictures of.
She got a whole ass group of niggas. Matter of fact, she every picture on this girl timeline is her and somebody taking them pictures, dog.
Yeah.
And somebody tapping that. What you want? Sell pussy. If you want vacations every day, sell pussy.
OnlyFans is cracking right now. It's guys out there, go get it.
But Keith, yeah, Chris Rock said it years and years ago. A good relationship is boring. It just is boring. It's nothing exciting about it. If you think I wake up every day excited to see your same ass titties and and get the same ass weak ass head every day, no, but I'm motivated to go out here and perform. I'm gonna go out here and do what I do. I'm gonna still compliment you. Come on, G, y'all not hearing. If you think
Now
I
you
don't
out
see
the
the
clip.
same picture you see on the gram and the same brand new titties, and I still kiss you in your monkey mouth and work for it, you give me the same energy. Come on. I want to go on vacation too. I like the Bahamas.
I like the water, the sand. You know what I
Man.
mean? I like all that shit.
But I understand what goes into it.
Yeah.
And if we still talking about 50-50, when you gonna invite me on vacation? I want to wake up one day and say, shit, this the new James? Damn. For me, these bronze ain't even came out yet.
Oh, you shouldn't have.
I
You wouldn't be
swear
able to say that.
you downloaded the new Call of Duty for me? It has never happened. Is my point. It has never happened.
It has. I didn't seen it, and not necessarily to me personally, but I'm just saying
You know
I've seen it.
Listen, I seen my man's call me up one day. I ain't naming no names. My man calls me up at 1, 2 in the morning, crying in his car because his woman did not cook him a meal after a long day's work, 12, 14 hours day's work. That's a grown man. And I could relate. But I'm saying the psychological effects of that is, imagine working all them hours providing you come home and you don't even have a meal. Do you understand the mental shit that goes into little shit like that? As a man, I know y'all know, but the mental shit that goes into the shit that you like, damn, I didn't feel like going to work. I bust my ass through this. I done drunk my energy drinks. I done dealt with these motherfucking goofies telling me what to do, this, that, and the third. I done it. I didn't want to do it. And now I'm home and you didn't cook. And then I seen somebody say, well, who cooks for her and who does this and who does that? That's a fair point. If we both working.
I can't cook shit.
Man, listen. I can cook and I will cook. I'm just one of them dudes that believe that, shit.
I got cereal and eggs in my repertoire, buddy. That's what you can get from me, shorty. That's all I got for you.
Yeah, Johnny. My man's literally I mean, again, I'm gonna say this with the utmost clarity. Grown man in his 30s,
Mm,
worked the whole shift, came home crying in
mm,
his driveway of the house that he pays the bills in, and had to just he couldn't even face looking at this woman, and just it just was. Listen, it's a wild feeling again because I know most men can relate. It really is the little things. It really is. And then they ask, what if flowers what if flowers for men? Because we buy women flowers for appreciation and so on and so forth.
Yeah,
What for men? Well, historically speaking, here it is, flowers.
I think
Oh yeah, I'll take it. I absolutely take it. And shit, let's keep it a buck. Most relationships, that's all you looking forward to on every holiday, event, and whatever. And the fact that you are programmed to accept that same weak ass head that you didn't got. No, no, no. Listen, I'm not saying it's not good. What I'm saying is ain't no new tricks. It's not new, is what I'm saying. Don't get it misconstrued. I'm not saying it's not good. I'm saying, Shorty, I know this trick. I thought about it last night. But I'm expected to give you something different and a different experience every day, is my point. In order for me to continue to get that same head, I have to upgrade and be better than the last day and the last week and the last year. That's my point. I'm not saying it's not good. I'm not saying it's not worth the wait. I am saying that the fact that I have to wait till the holidays to get it is wild. But you want to be a wife. It's not 50-50 is my point.
mm.
Most of every man out there can relate and every woman knows this. Our reward for every little thing that you do, everything boils down to I'm gonna give him some head, shut him up. There's nothing more than that. Where's the lie? You've never came home to rose petals. You've never came home to candles lit. You've never came home to a bed full of gifts. You've never got a text that said, "Get up, we're going on a trip," or "Get up, I'm taking you out to eat." You've never done it. That's not in there. So if we're talking 50-50, that's not it. It's no such thing.
yeah, we're not talking 50-50. That shit
I
dead.
know, but if you go, this is my point. That's why I wanted to have this podcast. If we're talking mental health and we're talking relationships, motherfuckers, there is no such thing as 50-50. There's me doing, you accepting. If I don't do, you won't accept it.
Mm.
That's a fact. And the flip side to that mental part of it is when a woman does not feel appreciated and she doesn't feel that you're going hard, guess what she does? She goes and upgrades. Every movie and every show and every book out there. When a woman is not appreciated, when she does not feel the situation is getting better, when she's not satisfied, when she's unhappy, when she's depressed, when she is Jada fucking Pinkett Smith, she need a fucking break and she need to get her mind right. She can do whatever the fuck she wants to, and it's acceptable. If a man is feeling inadequate and if a man does not have the things that he needs, the support, the cheerleader, the satisfaction, the comfort zone, he just got to suck that shit up. You got to block out every other fucking aspect of your life and every compliment that comes your way, every positive thing, because you need to be in this house and you're going to deal with this attitude that I'm giving you today and what I'm not giving you today. These are just the facts. You cannot run away from a relationship because, I mean, you can, but you can't. You ain't shit if you do. Your mental health as a man does not matter. It doesn't. The 50-50 shit and all the rest of that, what's expected, gender roles, and putting the other thing that I keep seeing a lot of is forget bags, and it's still about money. It still comes back to money. That's what's so funny about everything that I'm saying. And it all sounds repetitive because every meme out there says if a man wants you, he'll literally come get you. Or forget the bags and stuff, LLCs and deeds and blah 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 blah. I'm still providing for you. So you telling me right out the gate, if I'm interested in you, I'm supposed to put you in a position to win, and you're doing what exactly? And on top of that, you got guys like Tracy Morgan. Dr. Dre, Bezos, and everybody else that as soon as it go awry, half.
That would be the wildest.
Bro, Tracy Morgan was in an accident. A Walmart truck hit this man. You want half of what? Exactly. What did you do in this situation to warrant you getting
He had to give her half of that bread.
She's asking for it.
She's asking
half
for
of the settlement money.
She said specifically, I want half of the settlement money.
That's that entitlement we be talking about. That's crazy.
Bro, you didn't get hit by Nan bus when in Nan hospital. And while I do believe that you should be awarded something, the audacity.
No, I award you at my discretion, shorty. What you mean?
Listen, the audacity. You want half of some shit that happened to me?
That I almost didn't come back from.
Man, was you gonna take half this death?
Right. Was she gonna lay down there waiting?
She was gonna take that good insurance, life insurance policy. Goddamn it, when your ass went down, that's what she was gonna take.
These are just facts, and like I say, I'm only putting it out there because there's abundance of shit that's on the timeline about how men want and what men want. The other part of that mental health when we're talking about when you can and cannot vent to your woman, what you can and cannot say. When is a good time to cry? When can you be vulnerable? When can you show weakness? Exactly, you can't. And you can't do it to the world. We got a list of motherfuckers that done shit from Kevin Durant to Tyrese. You know Tyrese. You know Tyrese to the Jordan, Will Smith. All these men went through some shit publicly and were made into memes.
What more do you want from me?
Every one of them, the Jordan emoji was out there for every situation. Will Smith is out there now for every situation. Tyrese was out there for a long time. The consensus is when you show that little vulnerability, when you show that you're hurt, when you show that you're not happy, when you show that you're depressed, when you show that you're going through some shit, you gonna get laughed at, including Kanye. Kanye shit, I don't really necessarily put in there because I feel like that's that dude probably being just continuously dismissive about the shit. But yeah, look at certain situations from Kevin Durant sitting out here crying and telling his mom he the MVP, she the real MVP and it just shows that as a man, when you decide to be vulnerable, it's gonna be laughed at.
That's real. I just personally can't see myself like to Kevin Durant. Cool, because I'm giving a speech. Just got an MVP. My mama's sitting right here with me to get this award. Like Tyrese and shit like that. And why I laugh? I ain't gonna fucking lie to you. I laugh. I just played it on the soundboard. Like, what more do you want from me? Like, I'm never finna pick up my phone and do that.
Listen,
you getting laughed at, bro.
You're 100% right with the antics. I do believe that. I'm just bringing them up to prove a point that it's.
No, and also if you speak your mind and say how you feel, then you would be offensive.
Bro, listen, I'm gonna get killed after this. For some reason, I'm waiting on it, but who I am and my work is out there. I ain't worried about what the fuck you think. I know what I do. I'm gonna get killed for this because there are gonna be women that feel that I'm attacking them. And again, if the shoe fits, wear you. I'm not attacking you if you're a good woman and you do the shit that you're supposed to be doing. And just like a man has to do the shit that he's supposed to be doing, regardless of my past, regardless of your past, regardless of what is out there, what you see down your timeline and stuff, that doesn't give you excuse to do motherfuckers a different type of way. You still got to be you. It just is what it is. And that's why I say I'm not turning on the camera and stuff, but again, my point is my home should be, every man's home should be his safe, woman included. Prime example, one of the greatest examples ever is 300. When that man, Leonidas, looked at his woman gave him the nod to go ahead and do that. There was a certain connection in there that they both had where he looked at her for a brief second and was like, am I tripping? Am I over-exaggerating? And she was like, nah, kick that nigga. Start that war. We know what's coming. Kick it. Kick it off. She gave him that nod. That nigga went 0 to 100, kick that motherfucking that war. That's a relationship. And people miss that little scene, but it takes a certain amount of trust. If I can't look at you and be like, damn, am I tripping? And you check me or look at you for support, Fuck everybody else. Fuck the soldiers around. Fuck what I'm thinking first. If I should have the comfort to look at you and be like, what you think? And know you gonna give me the real. And then we gonna deal with the shit however it come after. So much so, if I take it a step further, that woman went to, we still talking about 300. That woman went to the wildest lengths to get an army put behind her husband at the end of that. Do y'all think y'all woman gonna do the same? And I'm not talking to y'all directly. Don't answer that because y'all don't do it. But do y'all think like, is that not a woman? Are you not supposed to? Am I not supposed to know that you will go to and give your shit up to make sure that I'm straight by any means?
I feel like that's a lot of expectations, my G.
Is
I
it?
don't really. I gave up on expectations.
Well, listen,
I just,
that's the
I
sad
just,
part.
I have expectations for me.
There you go.
I have expectations for me.
All right, watch this, watch this. And that's why I'm going with that. My point is that's the example. That's the prototype. That's what's expected. I'm supposed to be able to be a fucking goon out here, handle business, raise my kid, and know that you taking care of your shit. How many men can say that about their woman? That's my whole point. The fact that I feel the same way. I got me. I got me. So if
I
we're
got you
still
too.
listen, so most of the situation goes, if you ain't got it, man, listen, I would really give a good example right now. Jay,
Give it, man. You didn't don't
nah,
let
no,
off
no,
the
I'm
gas now.
not gonna get too personal. All I'm gonna say is there are certain sacrifices that I do that I know not to expect from anybody else. It's me.
Yeah, fact.
But the deeper root of that is after you realize that, what do you do? Because that comes with a domino effect. Once I can't and I know you about you, there's a domino effect to that. That's a knife, dog. Every man in here can attest to that. That's a knife. Once you see that part of it, like, damn, she ain't got me, it's over. It's a wild shift when you start to realize I have to go out here for self. I got to do me.
I mean,
So when it gets to that point, now you start looking like, what the fuck you doing? You know what I'm saying?
And there you go. So now my options are what? I got to be a whole ass savage. I got to be cold. I got to turn my fucking feelings off. I got to not give a fuck. I got to do away with the nice things that I did and things that I feel. And then we fucked.
I say, like I always say, I got a saying that too much sacrifice always turns into spite. If I'm the only one always sacrificing, I'm the only one always sacrificing, that's gonna turn into spite. That sacrifice is gonna turn into spite. Now I might still sacrifice it, but now I'm mad about that I'm sacrificing
Absolutely.
it. Like,
Absolutely.
you know what I'm saying?
A-Dub, you right. You supposed to have me while I got us. You absolutely right, dog. I'm gonna put that shit on a fucking t-shirt. You supposed to have me while I got us. Bro, you right. The regret and the rest of that shit start pouring in. As a man, you say, all right, well, this is what it is, huh? This is what it's come to. And again, every example that I've given you has led to fuck it. If that's what you shown. Once you realize that you're all you got, if you don't pay that bill, if you don't go out here and get it, if you don't support yourself, if you're not self-motivated, if you don't wake up every morning with a fucking purpose, that shit is deadly. Because one day, when that dream and shit that you chasing start to get a little hard, you really start to look around and be like, the fuck am I even trying for? What am I going? What am I doing this for? For what? Again, let's reverse. I'm doing this for you to vacation. I'm doing this for you to shop. Am I doing this for you to eat? Would you do the same for me? Those are hard questions. So women that's looking for a 50-50, that's saying the man's not cooking for you and the man's not doing this for her, and the man's not cleaning. Okay, well, what are you doing? What are you doing for that man? What are the expectations in a relationship? Because if that man got time to do it, he should absolutely do it. If that's that man's, if that's your relationship and that's built on that, absolutely, he's supposed to do that the same way you're supposed to. But I'm gonna go back to what I said before. If you just not willing to cook, if you feel like it's a burden and you need a certain type of life and a certain type of situation and it's not for you, say that and move on. If it does not work for you, say that. But don't put all men in the same category. Don't then say that men are looking for slaves and won't wife you. That's not the truth. We want partners. We want business partners. We want support team. We want to
And
build.
that partnership always, and it come with, it may not be 50-50. Maybe it's 60-40. Maybe it's 70-30. It's all what you can, what you compatible with. You feel me? If you, it ain't, you know what I'm saying? Because not everybody can do 90-10. For some people, that's not acceptable.
Yeah.
I know people that, for some, you know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers can accept that. Some people can go 100 to 0. I'm doing that. I ain't with that either. But
if that's they shit, you know what I'm saying?
if that's what they happy with, then that's what they happy with.
That's how I see it.
That's, the 50-50 is the 50-50, and like you said, the 50-50, 60-40, 70-30. It works in a bunch of different ways, because if I'm out providing and you taking care of the crib, then it works. That's 50-50 to me. Even if I'm doing majority of the work provide, or I'm gone and working the most, that still works for me. I still consider that a 50-50, because without you doing that part, then what? You know what I mean? And I'm talking specifically like in situations
Well,
where you got
I
kids and
don't
shit.
necessarily mean that, because for the most part, not to be, you know what I'm saying. For me, I'm cool. I don't need no. I don't need that other 50 from you. That's just, I just would like that, and I want that, and I appreciate that. You
Right.
feel me? But it ain't like I'm like, man, Joe, I need that 50 for me to survive. No,
And
but I appreciate that other 50. You know what I'm talking about? Like, thank you.
and listen, keep it once I realize that you got me, I'm gonna go to 110 anyway.
Right. If right.
Like, that's what it boils down to. Is once I realize that we in this shit together, oh, I'm motivated. I'm gonna go harder. You know what I'm saying? And it's just again, if you're doing your part, I'm gonna go hard. I'm gonna go dumb hard. As a man, I'm gonna make sure that you straight. And you know what I mean? I don't need certain shit. Hey, y'all, get ready to welcome a friend to the show.
King,
Everybody, yes.
Mr. King.
Hey, kiddo, who's that?
Yeah.
Yeah, like, you gonna crash? What are you singing? Say hi. What's your name? Don't say my name either. What's your name? No. Yeah, dog. I just feel like everything is a matter of give and take, right? Hey, go get your rectangle. Here, go with your planet sim. Play on your iPad, please, please. I just feel like, yes, it's a team thing, man. It really is. And in the spirit of talking about the team, it's you and your significant other. It's you and your wife. All that talk about who come first and whatever. When you have respect and y'all understand y'all roles, y'all confident in shit. All that other shit don't matter. I don't think a woman gives. I'm talking about the. Sorry, I'm talking about the situation where everybody's online saying who sits in the front seat of your car, your mother or your wife. Listen, if you got a woman that feels she needs to argue with you, or a mother that don't, you know what I mean, whatever the case is, if you don't respect this man's mother just as much as I respect your father or your mother, et cetera, if it's not a mutual respect, then it's an issue. Other than that, it's not. Common courtesy. I'm gonna
I
give you
always thought that was stupid. You're supposed to respect the elders, man. Let them want to sit in the
exactly,
front if you want to sit in the front.
exactly.
What
If
are
you
you
got,
doing?
I'm sorry,
Sit
if you
out.
got a woman that's sitting back talking about I'm in the front seat, put your mom in the back, like, bruh.
I ain't got no
Now
problem.
listen, if I'm gonna get in the back seat, I'm not arguing with it. But what I'm saying is, some mothers
Mhm.
are more comfortable in the front seat, and out of respect, if she takes that front seat, what the fuck are you pissed about? I'm not putting her. I'm not putting her above you. It's still our car. It's still our life. You still going home, and you still my motherfucking rib. But this is my mother. Just as I would walk in your father's house and respect your father's rules. That's your father's house. I'm not coming in there and being like, "Hey, sir, I'm a grown ass man. I do what I want." I'm not talking like no.
Yeah, my mama different. She always tell my wife, Sit up there with your man." So they be going back and forth like, "Nah, I get in the back." So I guess I got
That's
it different over here. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
what I mean. That's those kind of situations that when you see people post, you go, "Huh? You
Yeah,
debating?"
I can't relate. I laugh like I don't know. I don't have them problems.
It goes back to watching the women and men, hit the hotel and they pull their camera out and they get, oh, you be like, "Shorty, it's just a mini fridge. It's just a mini fridge in the hotel."
You know what though, man? I don't never hate on that because that's done to them. You feel me? That's
That's
they happy with what they, and
so
so
that's what I'm saying.
I'm hey man, if you happy with, you think you really stunned, fam.
But that's what I'm saying.
You feel me?
No, that
Like,
lets you know where you at. And I'm not saying I've done it before. I've flashed the money and shit. But again, those are little victories. Like I remember doing certain shit because I come from nothing and I understand the mentality. But what I'm saying is when you get perspective and you grow up and you go, damn, you realize that you can do this to your apartment. You don't have to get excited about this hotel. It's just a mini fridge. It's just a fucking blanket with some pillows that's clean. You can do this to your apartment,
It
and be
ain't the same. It ain't the same.
no.
it
The
ain't the
crib's
same,
not
dude.
the same.
It ain't the same, man.
The hotel
I'm
is
out here. That's all the saying. Yo, I'm out here. We living like my apartment.
yeah,
It ain't the
nah,
same as
nah.
we out
I
here.
get what it.
You
I
know
get
we
what
out here,
it's
man.
allowed, but nah. Soon as I see that, I go, "Tuh." She did what? Oh, it's the patio, huh? Ooh, you got the patio view, girl.
I'm saying the view,
Oh,
you way up there, 20 stories up, with the
mm-hmm,
sky
mm-hmm.
clear, the mountains, you know.
Show that nigga you with. Can't do that.
You
She
get you
can't do
get
that.
you get right
You
here,
should have hotel on it
pick cut
for
off about
years.
right there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
You get about
that
that much.
smiley face emoji over the dude that paid for it though. I know those tricks. You're
Hmm.
supplying them. I know those dicks. Give me those bricks. Wild out, niggas. Like, listen, it's just different, man. But to get back into it, I just my point in all that was just it's funny for me to watch mental health of men be so passive, especially when male homosexuality is like applauded. You are not allowed to be vulnerable, have an opinion, etc. But a man that what I mean comes out of closet and sensitive get all the protection, man. Like it's that emasculation and shit is like it's a line between sensitive, soft, corny, and homosexual. And the fact that people walk that line, and what I mean, you have to, as a man, let's be honest, like you have to walk a certain, you got to numb yourself basically. You have to. Not just for like I understand numbing it for the public. Like I'm not finna get this nigga the satisfaction of knowing I'm going through some shit. I get it, but not your woman is what I'm saying. I've been in too many situations where I'm dealing with and looking at the the bigger picture, and I know I'm in it alone. I know I can't talk to X, Y, and Z, and I definitely can't come to you.
I
That's a
mean, but I'm,
place to be. It's
but
a
shit, that's his life for me. That's his life, G.
it's
Like,
Hmm.
it's I agree with you, but it's life that people have to come to grips with. Grip the brutal fact of it is like you smoking your blunt right now. That's therapeutic for you.
this will keep me out of a lot of situations.
That's therapeutic.
Yeah.
Everybody deals with it with that trauma and that bullshit and that build up to not being able to be vulnerable different. But man, that all falls back on the women.
Oh, you can't.
No, no, no. Listen, hey, what I'm saying to you is, you're not gonna come. You're not gonna run. You're not gonna disclose your bank account information, your bill situation, your work situation, etc. to the general public. You barely are gonna do the me and you have known each other 25 plus years. Nigga, we brothers. you're not just gonna hit me and be like, bruh, da 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 da. What I'm saying is your escape, just as my escape, and every other man out there escapes differently, especially when you can't vent to your woman. That's what I say. That's what I'm saying. It falls back on the woman. If I could go to you and know that we gonna solve these problems together, or we in it together, that's a different vibe. And when you can't do that, the results is what? You in a different spot, mentally, emotionally, sometimes physically. That should have stress you and drain you because it's really it's really I'm gonna get even more specific. It's really black men against everybody out here, dog. From birth, I'm fighting every obstacle
Or
out here,
more like black man forums. Every black man forum stuff was damn near what it
and
really
that
felt
too.
like. Not even the
Mm.
versus ad, you know
Yeah,
what I'm
that's
saying? Like you
So,
said,
yeah.
you didn't even.
Yep.
bruh,
That's
and
facts.
that's what I'm and there you go. Like I've never been one of them dudes. Santana, you know, everybody out here know if I got a lick and I know some shit, I'm gonna put a nigga on.
Yeah, that's I
It's
can
a lot of
attest to that.
people out there. It's a lot of people out there that you know are in secret competition with you or don't want to see you do well or want to see you fail and so on and so forth, or literally scroll right past your business and your podcast.
Hmm.
But that's the problem with us as a people, though. That's
Right.
one of our problems.
Yep.
But
That
again,
and the prime example is this 10K shit. This 10K shit that motherfuckers was doing. Like you really charging your brother $3,000 to give him a free 10K that's gonna take you six
Oh
minutes
yeah.
to enter this in the computer, G? Like, come on,
Yeah.
man. Y'all ain't right. Y'all ain't right, Joe. Like, come on, man. You supposed to get that plug to your brother, and that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
fam. This how you do this.
it's every man for themselves out here for the most part. And again, that's it's exactly what it is. It's a hard feeling. Um, when they used to say, and y'all, and again, keep it a buck. When they used to say, well, what's the meme? The meme when a woman looking at the man, or they both laying in bed, and she going, he cheating, and he this, or he thinking about another bitch, or he in his phone doing this, and it's like,
I saw that joint.
bag, dog.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about, I can't focus. I'm out here trying to get it and provide. You thinking some other, I'm trying to figure out a fucking way to get rich and give you all this shit.
I mean, I think they know that. My wife asked me all the time. She'd be like, "What you think about?" And then before I could even say, she'd be like, "Trying to how to get some money." I'd be like, "Exactly,
Yeah,
motherfucker.
but I
You
mean,
already know."
bro, that's your wife. You know
I can't
all
even.
the goods and the
My face,
bads,
my face can't even go sideways, left or right. Like, what you smiling at? What you smirking at? Over?
bro. It's a hustle, man.
Read the memes. That shit was
It's a
funny.
hustle, and everything is a hustle. And yeah, for the most part, like you said, that's your wife. Your wife understands you, or at least attempts to understand you, and you gonna move. You gonna move with that, and she knows you well enough by now, to know that. But for most situations, when a man get quiet or distant, and he's thinking about a bag or what he gonna do next, his next move or some shit, a lot of the times that's that pressure that women ignore or don't recognize or don't
No,
want
that's a fact.
to own up to. And instead of sitting back and being that support system, now you causing more of a headache, more stress, and more pressure on the motherfucker. And we riffing. Nah, I'm not in this solo. I'm not even thinking about me solo. I'm thinking about us. You thinking about you. But that's that pressure. Like you said, when we're born, was to oversimplify the fact that men out here try to get money, or men out here deal with trauma, or men out here working to do this, that, and the third. You gotta check the boxes off. It ain't just men copping jewelry and copping cars and copping houses and copping shoes and shit just for the fuck of it. That's what y'all plan on us as far as what is expected of what a man looks like and how a man is supposed to carry himself. The other side of that is a bum or homosexual. Either I'm not dressed accordingly and I'm a bum, or I don't move a certain kind of way, I'm a bum, or I'm corny, or I'm this, or I'm that, I'm not worthy of your time, or whatever, I'm thirsty, I'm this, I'm that, I'm too nice, or I'm getting to it. And once I start to get to it and I start to feel myself, we got a whole other problem because now women that see me, the new me, and I fuck with him, you equate that to she wouldn't fuck with you if you didn't have that. Well, you didn't fuck with me when I didn't either. I got
Facts.
choices now. That's just how the ball bounces. I don't care if Shorty didn't fuck with me when I didn't have none of that. Maybe she wouldn't fuck with me if I didn't have none of that. But I knew about it, and she is interested. But when I didn't have it, you wasn't interested. It's two totally different situations. You can be mad, but you had an opportunity to grow and build with me. You didn't want to do that. Now I grew, I built, I did this, and if I decide to date whoever I decide to date, fuck who I decide to fuck. Whether she a gold digger or not, I'm jaded. You looked at me as you looked at men as they need to have money in order to have value. She looked at the same way, and I understood that. Now I'm playing the game that y'all put in place. It's just that simple.
Mhm.
If it was about love and everything else, like she said, communication is key. Are we talking? Do you want to hear my goals? Do you want to hear what I did yesterday, today, or whatever to make this work? If not, I'm in my head.
Well,
It's a cold world.
yeah.
Cold.
It's a cold world.
A vicious cycle. Tell you
But
that.
and that's my point. It's a fucking cycle, Mike. It's a fucking cycle, dog. You get what you give, and that circle is going. We know how it go. Female wants good dude, chooses the wrong dude. All dudes ain't the same. Good dude comes along. She treats him like the last dude. Now he fucked up. He chooses the wrong. Like it's a circle.
Cycle, man. It just
Just be real with what you want.
fucking
Though.
madness out there. Yo. So I'm glad I'm good, yo. Like y'all have a blast with that. I just sit back and watch from the sidelines. I'm good over here.
What you talking about, man? He said he in love. He in love.
No, we got a regular relationship. We have our, we have our
You
little
married
bob
some
and weave on each other, but you know what I'm saying? I ain't got to worry about a lot of the shit that we talking about today with the, you know what I mean? Like that.
What you say, Jay?
Is he married? You married Santana?
Yeah, yep.
Yeah, my sister, she on here watching right now, creeping. I keep seeing them eyes and shit.
Y'all word.
Yeah. she said one comment. She said, "Be direct with it." And I picture her hands doing this. Say it. Say it. Say the shit then. Yeah, I seen her pop in. But yeah, man, I just what are some things that you think women can improve on? Jay? What do you want? What's missing? Come on. Nah. I'm gonna put you on the spot.
Yeah,
We
he
talk.
put that light on like
Right.
Jay.
You next, nigga.
So you know what?
Hey, whatever.
You know what? I'm simple, man. And you know what? And I bet you my wife downstairs, if she listening, she gonna have a whole attitude. All I want you to do is it's simple, man. All you gotta do is really suck some dick and shut the fuck up every now and then. For me, that's it. Like just don't say nothing sometimes. Like that could be key. Like that's it. That's all I need you to do sometimes is just don't say nothing. That's it. Like that's it sometimes. And that's it. And I'll be happy, Joe. And then,
All right. So listen. So let me back up. So let me back up then. That being said, how frustrating is it when that week passed, that second week passed, and you sit back looking at this motherfucker like, bruh, keep it a buck. Don't you want to just? You know what? I don't even need you to answer. That's the only time I won't go upside your fucking head.
Man.
Look, I want some head. I ain't get it. You see me over here. Nah, about it, but I'm just saying, like, it's a killer, dog.
You know what, man? I've been with my wife a long time, my G. So you gotta realize, you know what I'm saying? We on 8 years, so it's like it's kind of like I told you, like I love my wife. I just love my wife, G.
Shut up.
It's just
keep it a buck.
You know what I'm saying? Like
tolerate it.
Like I say, G, I just don't have any expectations, my G. I just live life and as if
all right.
Hey,
listen, we all established, we all established that the expectations is gone. That still does not negate the fact that you wake up and roll over one day with a rocket and be like, I'll smack you with this motherfucker. I know you know. That still does not negate that. I know you know. That still does not negate the fact that you be like, that still doesn't negate the fact that you look a motherfucker dead in the forehead in the face and be like, I'll leave this house right now. I will leave this motherfucker right now.
I mean,
I'm not saying do it.
I know, but I mean, what I'm saying is that that's just
Okay.
It's this how I feel about it.
Yeah.
Look, so
You capping.
so it's like this. I was thinking about this the other day. They don't have to really be consistent in anything. Like I have to pay these motherfucking bills every month.
That's what I said at the beginning of the show. You can't take a day off.
But that's just the way it goes, G.
Why though?
Like, what do you mean, G? Like I know I'm through with it. Like I've accepted life and I'm content.
So listen. So I'm before I say what I say, Santana, what do you think one thing a woman can improve on? Help your mental health, your physical, your motivation. What's the one thing a woman can improve on?
Well, there's a lot of things. A lot of things they can improve on.
Kick them out.
One in particular is how can I put it without sounding crazy?
You can't. You're gonna get ridiculed and killed.
Like I don't know. For me, like shit, like take an explanation for something the first time. When you ask a question or something and you answer it.
I'm glad you said that.
What's the back and forth about? I answered the question. Like,
oh, so like I said, don't say nothing. Gotcha.
No.
Yeah, like what you see what I'm saying? Like you asked me about something and I explained it.
Okay, so Santana, keep it a buck. After I give you an explanation of the truth, and it leads to some bullshit, you learn to shut the fuck up and omit some shit and move around. It makes you adjust the way that you talk and address the woman.
Makes you move different.
Exactly. So now that you moving different, shit look crazy.
Or whether you ask me something, I explain it, or whether I voluntarily up some shit.
Exactly.
And telling myself like, yeah,
Exactly. And that's why I'm glad
I won't do that again.
If I'm vocal to you, if you ask me, if we giving that and I'm giving that energy and so on and so forth, and that is not enough, I'm gonna adjust from that point on. And it's gonna look crazy. It's gonna look crazy. It's gonna look crazy because now I'm moving funny, trying to keep the peace, and you know what I'm saying? It just is a weird fucking cycle. But you absolutely right. Jason said, shut the fuck up, period.
No.
Hold on.
What happened? What I missed?
We never give a full explanation. No, y'all want some other shit. Y'all have it in y'all head what it is, and that's what y'all be looking for. Keep it a buck.
Right. We don't say what y'all already got preconceived is what not giving the full explanation is.
Yeah, exactly.
That shit is wild. Just because I'm not saying what you made up in your mind already? Exactly. No, I just told you what the fucking truth is.
You want me to tell you the date and time, some bullshit? Come on, man. It ain't that. I'm gonna take it a step further. It wasn't that deep before you brought it up, but it's deep now. Because you made it deep. And that's the facts. I don't know her.
Not a full explanation. Get the fuck out of here.
Exactly.
Brooke.
Exactly. We didn't give your full explanation. Keep it 100. We didn't give what you had already text your girlfriends or homegirls. I'm finna get this bitch. And now you can't argue the way that you wanted to argue, but the clip loaded. You got to come on. So now that's what it is.
So now trying to say no. That's not why I did that. That's it ain't the answer you
was
looking
for. The answer don't match what you thought.
Yeah,
exactly.
No, so not going.
Now we in a riff or whatever, and I'm moving funny. I'm moving funny out here because when I was moving straight, I still ended up
exactly A-Dub.
But it is what it is, man. What was the other thing, Santana?
What was the other thing, man? That was my main one, really.
Hold on, Jake. What did you say again?
Shut the fuck up.
Just you know what I'm saying. I'm just want some head and just shut up. That's it. That's all. Cool. Or not even. I'll be like, the word. Just say okay. I do it all the time. Just okay, and I give her the okay, but she still want to keep going. Just give me the okay, so I could just be okay with it. You know what I'm saying? Like hit me with the okay sometimes. Just like okay.
Man,
thank you.
I say again. It sounds to me. What you say? I'm a simple dude. You're a simple dude. I think men are simple. I think men are real simple. I think men are the simple. And if you let a woman talk long enough, they'll tell us we simple as fuck. We basic. Women will tell you that out their own mouth. y'all basic as shit. All y'all give, but then don't do it. That's weird. But again, you have to take in account that if you, like you said, if you take days off, if I stop doing my job, even if I don't want to, it's wild consequences to that. But you can take time off.
Yeah,
Candace, that's why,
exactly.
Candace, we do communicate. I 1000% agree. And that's why I want women to come on, maybe next episode, or we can do this tomorrow, 2.0, whatever. But I want women to come on here and actually talk. I've invited you,
That's what I want to see, yo.
invited a few
That's what
women.
I want to hear.
Miss Santana, you can come on. I don't care who come on. I've been any
No,
woman in here,
but you
anyone.
said as to not to be opinions. No, 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 no. Let's never have no opinion.
No,
Just, you know what I'm saying? Every 4 or 5 times I say something, just don't say nothing back. You know what I'm saying? I could be like, yo, the sky blue. And you could be like, Joe, you know what? It's a couple clouds. It's not kind of really all the way blue. I'm
yeah,
like, yo,
yeah,
come on, man.
yeah.
So sometimes it's a good time for them just to say, and keep it moving.
Hey Dub, you want to come on, man? I'll send you an invite right now. But I already prefaced this episode with I want women to. I said it in. I want women to come on and do their part. I've invited them. I've put the APB out there. You know what I'm saying? I don't ever want this to be one sided, but I
Hey, well,
do.
how about this then? How about this then? So what is it that you feel you could do better as a husband, Santana?
Me,
Yeah.
I'm fucking perfect. Ain't nothing I could do better.
Hey,
The goddamn thing I could do to be better. Fucking Superman out here, Clark Kent. Nah, I'm
weak.
Santana out here.
That nigga said he is the
I'm not
vision.
gonna say it. I'll ask my wife. I'm not gonna say I need to do something better.
Oh
Ask her
my
what I could do
God,
better.
Oh man, see,
I'm
see,
I'm weak.
See, that's why I be quiet all the time. That's why I'm quiet all the time, man.
because
That's
you
why I'm
just know
quiet.
already. You good. You just
Listen, I'm
perfect.
gonna
That's
tell you something.
hilarious.
On my end, I don't have and I've never had a male role model to teach me how to shave, shoot a jumper, or none of that.
Mm-mm.
I'm learning.
I ain't had it.
And I believe communication is key. You have to show me. It's certain shit that I'm not accustomed to. I don't have that mechanism. I don't know what the example is. I'm learning. Teach me. Aside from that, I you can't as a man, you can't tell me that I don't go out all out. That I'm not putting in the effort or whatever to warrant you giving me that same in return. That's it. Outside of that, I'm never gonna say I'm perfect. I know I make mistakes all the time. I do that shit. I'm 36 years old. I'm gonna continue to make mistakes until we learn to communicate. That's just the facts. But if you're not willing to communicate and own up to your part, we it's dead. She said, "Cut it out."
I just saw that.
Hey, the invitation is out there, man. I can't wait till she come on here. She gonna expose you, bro. She gonna rip the
I
off
say
you.
I'm not gonna do it to myself. She could do that. You ask
See,
me, I'm
look,
perfect.
look, Kalita, she's still going too. See, that's what I'm talking about right there. Exactly. She's like, so you want to be pacified? No, I don't want to be pacified, Joe. Like, oh
No,
damn.
I don't think Khalida. I think what he's trying to say is it's not uh pacification in certain situations. Like for instance, I don't want you don't have to come at me and give me the added stress of paying certain bills and doing certain things. I already know they coming. I'm working on it. The fact that you throw that out there sometimes in the way that it's thrown out there makes me look at you like I know I got it or do something or what the fuck you know what I mean like it's a certain vibe in certain situations that's like you could have kept that. You could have kept that. I knew that. Now in a team situation, we're communicating in such a way that hey, I'm on it, or you on it, or you know, or whatever. In my household, I prefer not to even, you know what I mean? Like I know the money coming in, coming and whatever. Let me work and get the money. You handle what you need to handle, whatever. And I don't I don't want to have to worry about where this went or that went. You should be good. That alleviates a little bit of pressure for me to do certain shit. But if then you come to me and you get to yapping about and adding to that, I'm gonna look at you funny.
See,
Or
D a lot deeper than me. I'm just talking about, man, go left right here. No, I'm going right. Like, yo, see, I'm way more simple.
if you
Deep. See, I ain't that deep. I'm just like, though.
even like if you going with your girls, like keep it on. Let's keep it honest here. If women decide to go out with their girls, all right, go ahead, have a good time. If I decide to go out with my guys, it's a million and one questions and speculations.
Mm.
It's a weird fucking feeling. It's that mechanism that I think he's talking about. Now, me personally, I don't want a woman to shut the fuck up. That's not on my list. But I do want the communication to be fluent enough where you're breathing life into me and I'm breathing life into you. If it seems that I'm also getting hit from you, fuck, I need you for. I can do this shit on my own. I can pay my own bills, make my own money, so on and so forth. I can feed myself, whether that's fast food or cooking. I can do my own laundry and the rest of that. If I'm getting hit from you as well as the rest of the world, what do I need you for? If I'm breathing life into you and giving you positive vibes and I'm trying to do my best to make sure that you're set up, what do I need you for? What are you doing for me? If it's simply just cooking and chores, I don't need that because the chores consist of you cooking and cleaning.
Shit, I appreciate that shit.
No, I appreciate it, but keep it all right. If you lived by yourself, they would
Yeah, I
get
can handle it for sure. They get done.
exactly.
But
If
that's
the
what they go back to, like I said, I don't need that 50-50, but I appreciate your 50-50. Thank you. I really want that 50-50 because I don't like washing dishes. Not to
right,
be sexist or none
and
of
if
y'all,
you
I'm
and if
sorry.
and if you
But still,
but what I'm saying is if you lived alone and you went 9 times out of 10 to get takeout on your way home from work or order some shit or even threw some shit up or whatever, it's
yeah.
probably a pot of pan or George Foreman grill or something that you got to wipe down clean and it's done and it's taken care of. That's the simplification of you making sure that you straight. The upside to that of saying that you want me to cook and clean and do all this or whatever is um you're cleaning the dishes that you messed up, whether that be for us or whatever, but don't make it like you didn't have to eat. The same argument could be said on the other end. I would have to pay these bills regardless. I'm not blaming you for the bills. You would have to eat regardless and clean regardless. You got to clean your house. That's not some shit that I'm giving you credit for. If the house is messed up and you there, what are you doing? These are basically what I'm saying is these are things that would have to get done regardless. That's not a means to value of or a measuring stick of what you're offering. You lived alone, you would have to clean your house. You would have to cook for yourself or eat or whatever. Hold on. Ow. Say hi. Say hi. What's on his shirt? What is that? What is that? What's on his shirt?
It's dinosaur.
Yeah, it's a dinosaurus. That's his show. It's called Dinosaurs, a gigantic saurus or something. But dinosaur. Man, listen, bottom line is this it's the bottom line is I'm not gonna keep beating a dead horse. If 50-50 is what we talking, whether that be the 60-40, 70-30, or whatever, it's still a team. And that's the bottom line. It's a team. You got to find a partner in this shit. You can't just expect a man to bust his ass, do X, Y, Z, so on and so forth. If you bringing pussy to the table and pussy that you gonna ration at that. That's wild.
Yeah, rationing ass is sound just it sound crazy to me, dog.
That's what it is.
Hey,
It's almost like getting it any sort of pleasure or release or whatever is your reward for everything else. Absolutely. You're a working woman, Danielle. You're a working woman. E7, you come and going, you doing that and you doing that thing. The last thing you need is a man getting on your nerves and watching you and telling you how to do your job and when to come and why is your job calling you and all the rest of it. You don't need that. So you can understand exactly what it is. And I believe that if a man put that extra pressure, you're a great example. If I put the extra pressure on you to cook and clean, that's wild. Now, if I'm home, and
Well, shit, I definitely be putting the extra pressure. I can't front, and my wife be working, so I don't know. I guess it's not 50. I guess she doing
no,
60%,
you know what I'm saying. If you're home, listen, here's what I'm saying. If you get home, if it's certain shit that's established, are you mowing the lawn? Are you fixing the things around the house? Are you doing this, that, and the third?
I pay people to do all of that.
But okay, either way, you get what I'm saying. I'm saying it's certain roles or certain things that you delegate within your household. If not delegated verbally or whatever, it really does become some shit that is done in kind of a flow kind of way. What I'm saying is, what I'm saying is, what I'm saying is, you chose to take on this, and that became my expectation. If you want something different, voice that.
Right. I
Right.
mean,
I'm a,
if you're married, you gotta have some type of agreement. You obviously have some type of agreement. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. You gotta have some type of agreement, or
I
you
mean,
know.
but the bottom line is communication and
Yeah.
teamwork. That's it. Those are two things. Communicate.
Even if the team mean that shit,
Both
I'm
are working.
goddamn
One are working.
Kobe and you goddamn Derek Fisher. It's all good. As long as you
But
contribute your little
every
6 points a
team
game,
wins
right?
championships, right? Individual players don't do it. That's a
Yeah.
great fucking example. That's a great fucking example. Teams win championships, man. Teams. If you're looking for some man or somebody to do it all, ain't gonna happen.
I just read A-Dub comment.
Hey,
Hey, that's the
now
truth.
you think that shit work? Nigga, you think I ain't what?
Yeah,
No,
man.
work, bro. I can tell them all to shut the fuck up all day. You think that shit gonna work? No. Let me tell you, goddamn.
Yeah, ain't no working woman. Ain't no working woman finna respond to shut the fuck up. It ain't happening.
Mm-mm. That's never going to
No.
work.
Should I take it a step further? Ain't no woman that's not working responding to that for real, for real. Some of them might okay you. They might, all right, nigga. All right, you pay these bills. All right. But when you leave, I'm gonna be talking again. And they do that. They respond in different ways. But you know,
Yeah.
it is what it is. I'm always wondering what it is. And again, all these women in here, I'm always wondering what it is that is expected for real, for real. Not the cookie cutter shit, not the politically correct, not the what's expected of a man. What is it? What do y'all really want?
Everything, goddamn it. Fuck you,
Piece of fucking man.
man.
What is expected?
Excuse me, y'all. You know when man Belly say, man, you give her the moon and the stars, and she gonna ask for space. You feel me? It's just crazy. That's just the way it works.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Who was that again?
Belly.
Yeah, Belly. Yep. Give her the moon and stars, and all, she, what do you say? She gonna say all she want is space.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You know.
Yeah, absolutely right. And it's a sad fucking feeling to feel that way. But Brandon, Aaron, CJ, everybody that's in here, y'all can attest to it. These are women. I want y'all to really take note. These are real fucking testaments. This ain't no holds bar. This ain't biting your tongue shit. The worst thing that you can do is make your man feel inadequate or as if he in that shit alone. But yes, if a man gives you the moon and stars and you sit back and you still want space, that's gonna kill him. That's gonna kill him. And if you realize at that point that you don't absolutely know what you want or that's not what you want, then you live with what comes after that. You live with what comes after that. Don't put that on that man. If you decide at that point that that's not enough for you, whatever happens after that is on you. Whether that be leaving or pushing that man away or whatever, that's on you. And the same would be said in reverse. If you're a hardworking woman, if you're a respectable woman, you're doing everything that a woman's supposed to do or is expected of a woman. And I hate to say it like that, but y'all know what I'm talking about. And that man don't respect it, you're gonna leave. What if all I asked for was space? You single, you gonna get it. I'm a distance. Shit, you get
Hey
that space.
man. Hey, my favorite line is, man, boy, ain't nobody holding you hostage. What are you talking about? Ain't nobody holding you hostage.
Mm. I'm also glad you said that. I'm also glad you. I'm glad you said that. I'm glad you said that. Women love to say, "I don't see no ring on his finger. I ain't no wife until blah, blah." But they want you to be a whole fucking husband out here before that.
Hmm.
It don't work both
Well,
ways.
shit.
That's a fact. I know. You know it's a joke, but yeah, women love to say that. Ain't no ring on his finger, blah, 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 as a means to justifying why they not doing X, Y, and Z. But I can't do the same thing as a man. No, I ain't put no ring on your finger yet,
Oh, tuh. Better not say no shit like that.
bro.
Whole nother
It's
war going on right there.
you can't do it, bro. It's hard, and that's my point, man. It's there is there is. I feel like men ain't loving women for real. How so? How? And what is loving women for real? Please explain to me what loving women for real is, because it
She
sounds
on the '90s R&B singer.
no. And even back then, though, Jay, it's like what is loving a woman for real? Is it my time? Is it the flowers? Is it rubbing your feet? Is it treating you nice? Is it complimenting you? Because I can't say for a fact I can do that every day and then provide the kind of life that you want. Because then that equates to giving you the diamond rings and the nice wedding and the nice cars and the house on the hill, and I gotta work for that. And I'm not gonna always feel. I'm not saying it's never happened, but I'm not always gonna feel like shoving that money down the drain to make sure that you feel adequate. Every woman on my timeline a couple weeks ago was quoting Jada or Will or whatever, saying that if you don't love yourself or happiness within yourself and you can't expect somebody else to make you happy, what make yourself happy then?
We
I'm
do that.
I'm supposed to compliment your life. I'm supposed to compliment and vice versa. I'm supposed to, and I would love to, you know, be that crutch or be that what, but what is it? If you can't explain to me what loving a woman is for real so that we can adjust, then I don't know what it is. Cause you know the old saying, you either got a man with a lot of time and no money, or a lot of money and no time.
Loving her and her alone. That's it. It's that simple. I wish it was that simple. It
Okay,
can't be that simple.
Tabitha, let's keep it a
It
buck.
can't be that simple.
I feel like you just chimed in, Tabitha.
That
If
ain't. It ain't. Can't be that simple.
no, listen, watch this. Loving her alone, seems like most men have eyes everywhere else rather than just her. Let me tell you something. If a man sat down and Netflix and chill with you, his phone ain't in his hand. If he rubbing you, you loving him, he working, he doing all this, and y'all spending time with each other, ain't no eyes roaming. But I guarantee you that I could watch a movie with you, and you gonna tell me 100 times how fine Denzel is, how fine The Rock
Ain't
is.
no eyes, Roman. I'm a man. I'm gonna look at a booty, and that's just the way it's gonna goddamn go. And that don't mean I'm finna go
That's
holler. I will go holler. None of that. I'm just gonna goddamn look.
that's
That's
my
just the
point.
way it
That's
works.
that's my point though, G. It's I'm supposed to sit there and listen to you tell me about 365 days show on Netflix and lust, and then ignore the fact that Shorty over there bad. That's not saying that I want her.
That's just saying she bad.
It's
That's
all
it.
good if it's celebrities, man.
You
They
saw
don't
it.
count because
Exactly.
the
You can't
explanation
lose.
be, "Oh,
That's
I ain't
their
gonna never
excuse.
meet him.
That's
That
their
ain't like I'm gonna
go-to.
meet." Like, shut the fuck up.
Exactly.
Like,
That's their go-to. You're 1,000% right. The go-to is I ain't never gonna meet him. All right, let me flip that. Let me scroll Instagram and tell you that I'm never gonna meet her. It don't work for us. Brooke,
You
that's
said pay attention. That's
nah, Tabitha. I'm gonna tell you you wanna hear the real? I'm gonna tell you the real. Y'all get fine, y'all get dressed up, y'all show out on these social networks. Y'all might even show your man, but most of the time when a woman shows her man, she's showing her man for bragging purposes, or she's in the video showing off herself and he just happened to be next to her. But 90% of the time, y'all gram, y'all pictures, y'all profile, everything else is about y'all and how fine and how dope y'all is, et cetera, et cetera. And you got men commenting and so on and so forth, blah, 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 blah. Y'all doing all this. And then when we get to the crib, you done took all that off. Your eyelashes is on the motherfucking kitchen counter. Your bonnet is on. You got mismatched socks on, and you want to lay up on me with them you want to lay up next to me, smelling like mustard and chili.
Damn.
You're giving me what I had. I'm at work. I didn't scroll the gram, seeing you post, or you got fly with your girls, and you came home and you gave me chill you, which is fine, but I don't want that. And I want Instagram you.
Hey, I'd be ready to shoot my house up over that eyelash shit, yo. With the eyelashes be laying around and shit be looking like fucking giant spiders or caterpillars or something laying around my crib. Y'all gotta put y'all shit up.
I came home. I bought you this, that, and the third. I took you out. I did all of this. You took your pictures and stuff, all showing off your food and showing off this. And I took pictures of you. I was your personal photographer, dressed and so and so. When I got home, you got comfortable. And I was looking like, huh? Who are you? Where's my girl? Don't rob me. That's the facts. I'm sorry.
Where my blood at, man? I got
rob
on top of that, on top of getting the Gila Monster version of you, you still checking at the end of the night more than we do. Keep it a buck. Y'all women say y'all want time and so on and so forth, but if it's a TV show, if it's all that shit and whatever else, you gonna get on there, you in your group chats, you on your Snapchat, you on the rest of that shit, and you conversing and whatever, and we just supposed to accept the fact that your attention is on. Oh, this talking to such and such right now. She telling me about. I don't give a fuck. I didn't waited all fucking weekend for this. That's the facts. We fall for what? What do we fall for? What is she talking about? We fall for what?
Big button smile. What you saying? What smile?
I think that's what she alluding to, but I'm talking about my woman, the woman that I know and the potential and see. I'm talking about y'all getting out of y'all element. And Riri say it's a kind of woman. So all right. What kind of woman is that? Cause I've learned that you're gonna get you're gonna either get a throat goat that's average and for the streets, that's gonna do whatever, but she ain't wifey material, or you gonna get somebody that's a homebody, boring, chilling, and she just ain't gonna do nothing for you, or you gonna get a mixture of that, and that's basically like settling, and it's a weird vibe. But no, I'm talking about you keeping that energy. You know what your man wants. You know what your man needs. And you would expect him to do the same for you. That's it. Or a bare minimum, give me an extra 15 minutes with your wig on, and then you can take it off. That's it. Keep your wig on an extra 3 minutes. All I need is 3. It's been 2 weeks. 30 seconds. 30 seconds after I taste it.
Yeah.
She said the kind of cares more about. That's okay. I agree with you. It's a certain type. I agree with you there, Riri. Hold on. Y'all go ahead and talk. Hold
on. Man. What else on the agenda, 10? I'm sorry, we've been talking about
we what, hour and 38 in. Still here.
Still talking about how women suck. They kind of do sometimes, but you know.
Nah, they wild. We love them. You know what I mean? It's just I don't know. Like we in wild times now, and then we like live in the social media age now. So that shit, when you throw the social media aspect in it into a lot of relationships, the shit goes left. You know what I'm saying? So that's just where we at now, man.
Well, you can't live on can't live your life on the motherfucking gram, boy. That's a quick way to go down.
You can't All right, you can't look at shit on the gram and try to equate that to why your relationship ain't there. That'd be another thing. Like a lot of women look at what other women doing and what they think they got going on behind their doors and want that too.
Oh yeah. You absolutely. I'm glad you cleared on that too. Them relationship goals shit
Yeah.
till it ain't right. It's relationship goals until it ain't. Whole time you looking at the whole time you looking at Will and Jada admiring Will and so on and so forth. And I'm over here not Will Smith feeling some kind of way. And then when you find out Will and Jada ain't that, you could have put all that energy into me. You could have breathed all that same Will Smith likes and reposting Will Smith quotes and reposting Jada Pickett pictures and talking about that into your own fucking relationship. You could have built me up the same way. You could have shared my post. I say some nice shit. I say dope shit. I'm dope.
Yeah,
Sid.
facts. I feel you.
She said, exactly. You looking at relationship goals and shit, and you don't know what the fuck they going on. Jada got a Jada got a thumb in her butt from August right now. You relationship.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's just, but it is that. Like I'm saying, psychologically, what I'm saying is, if your man sitting next to you doing everything that he's supposed to do, and you are talking to your girlfriends or some shit about number 17 on the Bulls or Will Smith or whatever, what do you think psychologically he's thinking? If I gotta listen to you say that, all that say to me is, matter of fact, reverse the role. If you sitting right next to me and I'm talking to my guy, God damn, somebody give me a girl, give me something. She bad, she this. You're gonna feel some kind of way. You're gonna think that's my type. And when you don't look like her, and you don't move like her, and you don't have what she have, you're gonna feel some kind of way. And that's the same thing on the men's side. If I'm busting my ass and I'm doing all these things, and it's not just for me, factually it's for you, and I'm doing this and I'm next to you, I'm not out here doing the shit the motherfuckers is doing, then I'm gonna feel some type of way when you glorify or put somebody else on a pedestal. Ash Cash. Who Ash Cash? I'm a Google.
Yeah. hit the goose.
And delete my browser history.
Man,
That's why I just always trip when the females say, "Yeah, look at them, look at that," and then you find out later he's a fucking scumbag, and I be wanting you to come back and say, "Look at that now." You know what I'm saying? I want to hear, "Look at that right now."
But yes, every movie out there, we've all sat through every movie out there, from watching The Rock to watching Idris to watching Denzel to watching whoever. We've all sat through it. We know what it is. We know the vibes. We know what you're going for. We know what Fast and Furious and the rest of that shit
Yeah,
is about. We know you don't give a fuck about no cars going fast. We know that. You don't give a fuck about no car. But I'm gonna sit through this movie with you. I
mm-hmm.
expect you to sit through this motherfucking porno with me. I'm just kidding. I don't watch porn. Not sitting back turning on porn on the big screen. It's just stupid.
Stay on the big screen.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Keep it a buck. But no, all bullshit aside, man, because I don't want to keep going there. Bottom line is, I wanted to talk about mental health and the rest of it and expectations, and really get out the way a lot of the that men feel. And the bottom line, the consensus is, every one of my brothers here that's on here can attest to it. We simple, man. Y'all know we simple. We simple. It don't take much. Support me. Support my business. Breathe life into me. Compliment me the same way you want compliments. The same way when you see me out here focused, you see me out here working, be right there with me. How most men.
I don't know exactly what you mean.
Um,
Mm-hmm. Now
you are
she's
different.
saying she wouldn't do that. She ain't gonna be doing
No,
all
no, no.
that.
She's different.
I follow.
You're different.
Yeah.
You are absolutely different if you ain't. Cause I can't really name a woman, regardless of the relationship, that ain't in a group chat or publicly posting on there about whatever movie or sex idol or sexy nigga from what's the boy name when Game of Thrones was big, Khal Drago, you know what I mean? Like and it's not it again, it's not that I'm mad. I know the vibes, I know what it is. I'm just saying that, that same energy. Keep that energy with your man. Keep that same energy with your man, man. That's it. That's it. That's all I'm saying. If you gonna go to the gym, you gonna get fly to go to the gym, and niggas is gonna be looking at your ass and doing all this and so on and so forth. And you trying to tone up, or you going to give me that same energy when I get home. And I'm not saying that there's not women out there that like that. I'm just calling it like I see it. Like as a man, a simple man, I'll do whatever you want without you asking, or even with you asking. But I want and I need you to be in this with me. That's it. Yeah. See, she said that group chat. I know. I know. Asher, one day, you know what? When the women come on here with a buck, if men get a hold of that woman's group chat, oh my God. You want to talk about toxic? I guarantee you. See, me and the guys got a couple group chat. Let's keep it a buck, right? We got a couple group chats. Majority of the time, it's business. It's all business and sports. We talking getting money. We talking getting out here making some shit happen. Hey, check this out. This is a link. We trying to come up every now and again. Damn, that come. You know what I mean? But I know y'all group chats. Y'all be in that bitch. It's brutal.
Say giving it
I
up.
had, I had, listen. I had a woman tell me flat out. I had a woman tell me flat out as far as the group chat. Oh yeah, they I know I just said X, Y, and Z about you or whatever, blah, 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 but you know, wow. And if you telling me that,
You know what's so funny is I never really thought about these group chats with my wife. We having these
oh,
little group chats. I
I
never even because I
guarantee,
guess I just don't even think I don't think I even give a fuck though.
I was about to say I don't give a flying fuck, bro.
no,
Like
no, no, no,
I
no.
don't think I really
I
give
give a
a
flying
fuck
rat's
though.
ass, man. Like
like, like I don't give a fuck though.
what I
Like
don't
whatever you
know,
talk about in
what
this
I
group
don't
chat,
know,
I
Me neither.
don't
don't
You know
hurt
why?
me.
care.
But listen,
That
tell them why you don't give a fuck. Tell them why you don't give a fuck. I bet you every man has the same consistency. We know your home girl and they man ain't shit and they ain't gonna. We know that. Fuck. We know how y'all up in there. Most of us are sitting back going, all right, yeah, that's what's up. But
You
we
say
know,
not in one, cool. Either way,
yeah,
if you was in one, I don't
yeah,
care. I didn't know you wasn't in one, cause I don't care.
I
give a
know.
fuck.
Don't
But
care.
but but my point is the difference in the way motherfuckers move, man. Like I really truly believe, truly in my heart of hearts, when I'm watching, and I know your phone blowing up and y'all in there all day, y'all reckless with what y'all be on and what y'all talking about all day. Reckless.
I
Reckless.
mean, because we just men are different though. Like my wife always asks me, she'd be like, even like when it just come down to you, she'd be like, "Well, what happened with?" I'd be like, "Shit, I don't know." She was like, "You didn't ask him?" I'd be like, "No, motherfucker, that ain't none of my business, and that's
Wait,
not
wait,
how
wait,
we
wait, wait.
move. We not
Back that up, back that up, back it up. What'd you say?
like." She'd be like, "Shit, exactly that. Like, shit, what's up with Dwight or something like, or whatever it may be."
Right.
And she'd be like, you ain't asked him." I'd be like, "No, I ain't asked him.
I'm gonna
Like, I'm
keep
gonna
it a
ask
buck.
him."
Let me keep it a buck. G. I'm glad you said that too. I've been asked that a million and one
Like,
times.
you know.
Gee, I've been asked that a million and one times. I've even been asked like where you work or some shit like that. And I'm like, I don't know. They like, what kind of fucking friends are y'all? What? I'm not. I know if he need me, I'm here, but I ain't like where you clocking in or what you doing or where you was at. Like it'd be certain questions. I'd be like, yo, I ain't asked that man that. And that's just the truth. Like I ain't asked that man that. I don't know
Like, I don't know.
what they going through, what they doing. Like that's not if when he want to talk, he know he can talk. But that's not how we do it. But that also goes and
That's not how we do. And
again,
and that goes back to the exactly.
that
Like
goes
we
back to
we
what I
could be in our group track talking about our feelings, but we probably never do
no,
that. That ain't the
it
way
goes
we
back,
rock.
exactly. It goes back to what I say. If I'm giving it up to you as my woman, the ins and outs of the rest of that, or I can't give it up to you, I really don't have an outlet. I'm just forced to deal with it. I know Riri, I know Brooke, but the point is, as a woman, that y'all both can attest. And here's the problem: the fact that y'all can attest to this, and y'all can attest to most of the things that I'm saying in regards to fucking feed him or what you need to do to breathe life into him, support his business, give him that time, so on and so forth. The fact that y'all know this and don't do it is what kills me. The fact that you know that the relationships are different, the fact that you know that we absolutely lean on the woman in our lives for these things, and you aren't there for that, you don't think for a second that, damn, that's gonna kill him. I see a lot of women say we love you, black men, and all this, especially with everything that's going on, and so on and so forth. I love you, all this. But it's like, if you really sit back and look at the things that we deal with on a day-to-day basis, I hate to keep being, but I shouldn't have to wake up in the morning and look at certain, like, my whole outlook of life, just from my point of view, is everything that I'm up against, just from driving, just from going in the store, just from dressing or picking when I want to dress. Should I not wear this hoodie? Should I not look a certain kind of way? Is today going to be the day? Do I not run this route? Do I not drive this way? Do I got my license? It's a lot of things. The last thing that I want to do is combat with my wife or my woman. That's it. And that's the bottom line of everything that I wanted to say here. That is the consensus of what I want. If I'm sitting back and I'm watching you cheer on homosexuals, gay pride, and everything else, and applauding your gay friends, and this, that, and this acceptable, and so on and so forth, but it's not okay for me to be vulnerable with you, it's an issue. If you can give it up the way that you give it up for your friends, and your friends ain't gonna be there for you the way that I'm there for you, and don't provide for you and do the things that I'm doing for you, it's an issue.
But I mean, but here's the thing, though. In my opinion, shit, women be fake friends too. What is you talking about?
I know.
I be like,
I know.
They tell. I be,
friends,
they love these fake ass friends.
They're only friends because they ain't ran into an issue yet. Live together for a couple weeks.
And I'll be like, girl, like, that's how you feel? Like, you told her that? She'd be like, no. I'd be like, what you mean? Why didn't you keep it real then?
Exactly.
I didn't say that.
Flip side. You came to me and you told me all your homegirl business or whatever. I bet you didn't. You know what I mean? You told her all your business or whatever. And now I know it, and I know how you feel about it, but you ain't said that to her.
Now, granted, yeah, no, we pretty much voiced each other's opinions about each other when we definitely keep it real with each other. Yeah, we definitely. Now that's probably why we don't go too deep, because we don't want motherfucker to be like,
Listen,
straight up.
Because look. We got opportunity to say it, right? Most of what we would talk about and most of what we would say would end in some simple shit. If you came to me and you told me X, Y, and Z, me knowing you and knowing what you put in, or me knowing your side, I'm probably gonna be like, fuck you doing? And that's the end of it. I think we do that again in a way that most people don't understand. It's protection. I don't want you to look at her this way. I love her. This my partner.
Right.
But
exactly.
You know what I mean? But on the flip side to that, they killing us in the group text, bro. It's you know what I mean? When the nigga come around your friends know everything from the size of my dick to what I did last week. Every flaw that I've ever had, when I ain't take out the trash. My niggas don't know nothing.
But sometimes women may not want to tell all that because they don't want, what I'm talking about. I don't know. But for the most part, it'd be certain shit they keep to themselves, obviously. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, they do. They in secret competition with each other, Sean.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. But now that's facts.
They in secret competition with each other.
Earlier, remember they be in comp with each other.
Oh my God, from lifestyles to everything else, to hairstyles, to who did it, to nail styles, to just they in secret competition with each other, so on and so forth, blah, 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 blah. But I mean, most women always say the same shit. I can't fuck with girls. Women messy, and this is for a reason. Y'all messy.
Yeah, we do. I think we've been bashing women for like 2 hours.
But we not. They gonna view it as bashing. They gonna view it as bashing.
No, that's what they gonna view it as. No, we definitely just been keeping it real. But you know what I'm saying? You get my drift.
This is why I said this is gonna be like red table talk. This is some shit that I don't think has ever happened on podcasts and niggas keeping it real. I've listened to podcasts, seen podcasts, but niggas give out certain jewels, little jewels. One of the jewels that niggas gave out that I absolutely loved was how they jump to conclusions about a woman in the comments or whatever. In reality, if a chick is in your comments, that ain't her. That ain't the woman I'm interested in. She ain't interested in me like that, bro. If she in my comments and so on and so forth, that definitely ain't a chick that I'm fucking or fucking with on that level. That's not how that goes. That was the one thing that I took away from podcasts. Um, but never have I seen it or heard a podcast that really give it up in the truth. I don't care if you don't like me after this. I don't care if I come off as toxic or whatever the case is. This is the one time that I'm gonna be honest with y'all as a whole, as a group, no holds bar, hate it or love it. The fact of the matter is, do you know? Do you know what a real man is? Do you know what the expectations are? What are you doing on your part? Like these are the questions that I wanted to ask before you keep killing men year after year after year after year. You're right. We're gonna be transparent. Some women tell all your flaws, all your little shortcomings, and all your little positives too, to they little, they friends and shit like that or whatever. Some of them, I'm not saying again, don't equate everything that I'm saying to all. I'm talking to specific women groups and shit like that when it comes to all of this.
To the ones
And
that do.
yeah, the overall premise of this wasn't to tear down women. It's the truth that we live in. This. I'm letting you know the shit that we know. I'm letting you know the shit that we see. If it's toxic, if it's degrading women, if it's bashing women, and so on and so forth in your mind, so be it. But this is the facts. This is the shit that we know. This is the shit that we observe. This is the shit that we're silent on. When we sitting back marinating and we know what's coming, when we can see the physical or we can see the altercations coming, when we can really feel that tension building or some shit. I can't run my business because you're gonna be jealous of some chick that want to buy something from me. That type of shit. You're gonna be mad at somebody.
I feel a lot.
You're gonna. I can't run my business because you mad at some woman that support me when you ain't. These are real life. These are real life things that we notice and we know, and then it creates tension. Funny or not, it's real. And again, women, please, Sunday, y'all can inbox me all during the week. You can comment on here. Please share it. You can label it whatever you want. Call them ain't shit niggas. Share it. I don't care what you do, but come on here, talk your shit. I want to hear it. More than welcome, and we'll eat it up. This is the one podcast I didn't talk about nothing political. I didn't talk about nothing Black Lives Matter. I didn't talk about no sports. I didn't talk about none of that. This is the one podcast where I'm trying to get everybody to understand and say it once and for all. If you're not feeding your man and you expect him to feed you, something's wrong. That's not growth. I cannot pour from an empty cup. That's it. Looking in the mirror, accountability. That's it.
What do men want?
If you say you want them, men want simply put, you and me against. That's it. If you're going hard, how I put this, if you're in a bathing suit on Instagram,
I should have my brand on that motherfucker.
not only should it have my brand, and I don't mind you marketing yourself, feeling good, confident in yourself, but if you're in a bathing suit on Instagram, why ain't no nudes in my phone?
Mhm.
If you're texting everybody and responding on social media, Facebook, why ain't no text in my phone? If your phone's in your face, don't then say that I'm not giving you time. If I go off and play games with the boys after you spent all day doing what you wanted to do, and I did what I was supposed to do obligation wise, don't then give me a hard time. If you know it's been weeks, don't get mad at me because you don't want to give it up. Matter of fact, shit, I got a theory. If you don't want to knock it down and you're still reaping the benefits of what I do and provide, you should be happy if somebody else knock it down because you didn't want to do it. You still reaping the benefits. You didn't want to do it. Whatever you don't want to do, own up to it. You don't feel like it today, tomorrow, the next day, next day. Like my man Jason said, he's gotten to the point where he just accepts it. That's unacceptable. But that's most men. Gee, you can pump the brake and whatever else, but that's nah, dog,
Hey,
unacceptable.
say 30-second timeout, coach.
Bam,
Oh,
bam. Sneaking around your listen. Finding time to beat your dick in the house you pay for is wild. I'm gonna say this again for y'all. I pay the bill. I own this bill. Allotting and scheduling time to pleasure myself is wild. Sneaking to get off. I ain't do that in my teen years. I wonder if she see me taking these headphones to the bathroom. G, y'all not hearing me. I'm a prisoner, dog. This is shit.
I'm through with this nigga, G.
It's unacceptable. Exactly. Then you crazy. Never. A-dub, it's a violation. It's a violation. It's a violation. And you keyed in on the keyword with a wife. With a wife.
Somebody did this.
It's done. Somebody did it. It's did it.
Oh man.
Anybody,
Yeah.
listen, anybody that don't agree with what I'm saying, please. There's always a reason, Danielle. But listen, what if you find out the reason and once you find out the reason, you are understanding and acceptable for it. How long are you understanding and accepting of that reasoning until you wonder when they're gonna accept your reason for feeling how you feel? It's a two-way street. I can be understanding, I can be empathetic, sympathetic, and I can, sympathize and everything like that. I can fall back until you figure it out. We can work on figuring it out together. But how long do you go into that bubble before you just admit to me that this is not what you want and leave me the fuck alone? If you have your reasoning, trust me, the talks go in. If you have your reasoning, I can understand that. Now, if I'm to understand you, you are to understand me. If that's not the truth, something's wrong. Absolutely. And if they do, it ain't with us. Apparently. It's 365. Listen, men can talk on the face. Andrea, and Danielle, men can talk till they blue in the face. I can put this on every man's page, and every man can show this, clip this, and put this wherever, and a woman to still go, well, what'd you do? Well, like y'all doing now. Well, why she don't wanna? Well, what'd you do? It's always on us. It's always on us. See, look, there's 3 women in the past 30 seconds said, what is the reason though?
Yeah.
Come on.
Pow, pow, pow.
That's
Yeah,
3
right
women.
off the rip.
3 women hearing me and automatically go to, well, what'd you do? What's the problem?
Yeah, Asha, some men out there that's in relationships where women don't want to give it up. It's a real thing. It's a
Why don't
real
y'all
thing
tell us?
going on.
Y'all tell us. While we got y'all, I'm gonna end this.
Y'all talking about? Yeah, you tell me what time you're
Yeah,
talking about.
since y'all got it in y'all head. Since y'all got it in y'all head.
Not me, but they out there. Oh, they out there. Trust me.
No. I know. I said that.
Yeah.
I know there's women out there
That's real shit. That's real life shit going on.
go getters. I know that. I know there's some go getters out there. No, I didn't say you was blaming us. I'm saying that's how it go. And I'm not saying that you said the reason had to be us. What I am saying is when a man is like, again, the bottom line is if I sit back in any time, I'm 36. If I have an open conversation with any type of woman in regards to relationship problems, whether that be sexual or not, 9 times out of 10, it's gonna go, well, what'd you do? Well, what was her reason? So that you can empathize with her or you can get perspective. And I believe that every woman already has in their head That same thing that we said in the beginning. All men are the same. All men want this, blah blah blah, and judging off past experience, whatever experience they are, that little circle. That it is what it is. But sometimes men are really just that simple. And I'm gonna say it again. Maybe you don't feel like doing it, and maybe you do have your own trauma and your own reasons for not being in that way. You can take your time. You can even express that to us, and I'll be understanding. But I believe that most women know the situations, understand the situations, and and if I decide tomorrow that I no longer want to do and live up to your expectations or whatever because I'm going through my own thing, your ass is gone. All facts.
Yeah, 2 weeks is a minute. That's a long time. 2 weeks is a long time, but I ain't gonna even lie to you. I know people. I personally know somebody who had sex 2 times last year with his wife. 2 times,
Word.
personally.
Dang.
Listen, that's a whole other
That's
conversation.
cold.
Oh, cold world.
That's cold.
Now, that man didn't take no days off work, did he?
Nope, he be working hard than a son bitch.
Wow, it's a wild world out here.
What you talking about, Brooke? I've been seeing your
And
comments the last few. What you talking
and
about?
no dick suck. That's what.
Selfish lovers. You're right.
2 weeks
Some
is a
men are.
minute.
Some men are. Some men are.
Yeah, facts.
You still putting it on him. Leave. It's my point.
That's where I was going. Bounce, dip, leave, go,
If you are not satisfied
run.
by it, and that turns you off to the point where he don't get it, or you're not satisfied with him, and y'all
Hey,
communicated and went through that, get the fuck up out of there.
I heard my boss tell a motherfucker the other day. He said he was complaining. I'm talking about he had 1,000 valid points about the gig. He was in there. My boss was like, "Well, you're welcome to find another job."
Yeah.
Well, there you go, motherfucker.
Just like that.
Hey, if it's like that, Joe, you can go ahead and go.
In the words of Miss Pearly, bitch, I know somebody like it.
Right.
I'm serious. If it's not
Yeah,
for you, you know what I'm saying?
but
And mind you, we talking about love, man. We talking about love. We talking about relationships. It's like that. I'm not saying it's always cut and dry and easy, whatever. But keeping it a buck. If it ain't for you, it ain't for you. And that's my point. If that person is not for you, rather than tearing them down, breaking them down mentally, emotionally, whatever, if y'all don't connect that way, it's time to let it go, man. It is. It is. And I'm saying that to the women because I guarantee you there's men out here. There's too many men. Shit, it's a lot of soldiers in here that understand like shit, I might deploy and my woman, the Jody jokes. We don't know what you doing, man. We trying to provide, we don't know what you doing. We know how that shit go. But we ain't worried about the money. We ain't worried about the rest of the shit. We know that shit gonna come. A lot of the times what men are worried about are the needs of their woman. That's it. That's it. And we ask for the same. So again, I welcome the women. I welcome the men to come on here. Like I said, share this, comment. Any last topics or questions anybody want to ask before I end this? By all means, if anybody want to join and create a point, you know what I mean? I'm with it. I'm with it. I just ask one thing. Figure out what the fuck a 50-50 is. Figure out what it is that women want. Figure out what a team is or what, all that. Look at yourself. Ask yourself
hey,
why.
ask the motherfucker if they truly happy. That's real shit though.
Mm-hmm.
Don't cry, but that's a real question though. Like
Right.
ask a motherfucker because a lot of motherfuckers in their relationship
Yeah.
just slightly content. You might want to just ask a motherfucker like, Joe, and shit. But the only thing is, motherfucker got to be able to answer that question though. Like, what will make you happy again? You can't just be like, well, I don't know.
Yeah, you be
No,
straight up.
that ain't
True.
going. That ain't no. You can't. That ain't gonna cut it.
Well, even if you ask him, are you ready? Are you ready to? Are you before you ask him that question? Are you ready to? You know, live up to that. Whatever you know what I mean. And again, you don't know until you ask him. But you know, some shit might cut you in your throat. What do you want? Like if the man came, somebody made the comments of you know, that men are selfish or whatever, selfish lovers or whatever. All right, so if you tell that man that, he might walk the fuck away. Or if he asked you, he got to be willing to deal with the fact that you just said he don't satisfy him. It's gonna be a trip to, you know what I mean? Either he got to work on it to fix it up. It's the same thing. I just feel like if you ask your man, if you and like you said, if you really mean it and you ask your man what he need today, or if you that's what I call breathing life into him, man. Nobody's asking you how's your day, how you doing today, how you feeling. No, I got to get up and go get it. That's it. I'm gonna eat this little plate that you just made, and we're gonna go our little separate ways and shit like that or whatever. But I woke up stressed. I went to sleep stressed. I got a lot on my fucking mind. You know half of the shit that I got on my mind. So while you Netflixing and doing all that, I'm trying to find a way. Never once you asked, am I, do I need anything? Am I okay? Are you happy? How can I help? But you absolutely right. That's where it go. You gotta ask them questions. Selfish lovers, selfish whatever. At the end of the day, if those conversations are not had, and if you're not willing to absolutely change that and be there, and I'm gonna say it again, in the way that you there for your homegirls when they ready to ride on their man and so on and so forth, and the advice that you give them, uh, I'm gonna end with who was that? Who was that? Say, Ti. Ti said, never take advice from a person who ain't gotta live with the consequences. A lot of people will give you advice and tell you to jump off a motherfucking bridge. Your friends will tell you, leave that nigga, leave this nigga, and so on and so forth, because they ain't in your shoes. They don't know, and they feeding off the bullshit that you gave them. But they ain't got to live with them consequences. You feeding them and telling them everything else. But when your life change, they gonna keep on going with their life and dealing with the bullshit they man giving them. They ain't getting enough. She said, I don't like that.
She said not little place.
And
Place.
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna scroll up a little bit, Danielle. I seen your post. That's a selfish man because he knew your responsibilities coming in. Uh, Bottom line, this shit is a team thing, man. Team thing, team thing, team thing. And you know when you know. I truly believe that. I truly believe that you know who you working with, and I know you know your partner, whether that's good or bad. Once you get on, like I know people say them reds, what they say, them red flags be looking like six flags in the beginning, it's like that. Like, nah, them red flags. But if that's your partner and that's the shit that you going off on, and that's the shit that you going with, y'all gotta ride. You can't be
Exactly. And
suppressing
that's
your feelings. You can't force him to suppress his.
and but see that's what also go with, like I say, I don't have no expectations any longer because before I got married I was with my wife 5 years, so I knew everything I was pretty much getting into and what it was, and I had accepted it, and I'm like, shit, I love it anyway, and that's what we doing. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like, you know what I'm saying. So shit, it's just that's the way it goes. Shit, you got to just accept the monster or not. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Well, listen,
period.
while I hear you, while I hear you, I'm gonna keep it a buck. While I hear you, I agree with you. Sometimes you be like, shit, this is what I'm getting. That very sentiment sounds like settling. Because at some point saying I have no expectations or I knew what I was getting, you basically said, this who she is. All right, cool. And there's nothing wrong with
Right,
loving because she did the
but
same.
see, that's the same thing. That's the same thing where you always say, "Well, I'm the first person to say, nigga, you can just leave," and I could have did the same thing at any point. So
Right.
that's what I'm saying. So it's obviously it's attributes that I'm you know what I'm saying, that I feel is more important than the little shit that I guess I'm missing. You know
Listen,
what I'm talking about?
and you
That I'm
prove
complaining about.
you're proving my point. You're proving my point. Back to the mean thing else. We're not looking for sex slaves. We're not looking for somebody that's gonna get out here and do all these things that they think we're doing. Sometimes we really just love your ass. But it's still about growth, is my point. To think that all a man needs is sex or whatever, and then you ain't even really providing it, or I gotta sit back and say, shit, it is what it is, or whatever, this is what I'm gonna get, is wild. The bottom line is there are men out here that ain't worried about the sex, and it's not a deal breaker for us. But you still have to breathe life, and that should not, just because I accepted it or I understand that, we're still supposed to build. It's not a It's not a thing where I'm here. I give you a prime example. You can't stay stagnant in an apartment. You can't stay stagnant, you know what I mean, with the same job, getting the same pay. You can't stay stagnant in the same behaviors as a man. You got to have some growth. It's the same thing in a relationship. I don't want to be with nobody that I'm not growing and building with. If you cannot overcome your insecurity, if you cannot overcome the shit that's bothering you, if we can't get better, what the fuck are we doing? I don't want to raise kids that's keeping a grade school level education. You got to get better. I don't want to do a business or run a business that's just going to stay where it's at. I got to get better. I expect the same thing from my partner. If we're not doing it after years of communicating, time communicated and put in, there's a problem. There's a disconnect. Yes, I love you. You could love me. I don't want to wait till I'm 80 to figure that shit out. There's still growth that has to be had. I love you, you love me. At some point, you realize that ain't nobody got you like I got you. Or some point, you look up and you say, "Shit, we really in this. This our house. I got a vision for it. I got dreams. I got goals, or whatever. We don't get there if I break down. We don't get there if I lose interest. We don't get there if I lose motivation. We don't get to that next level if I'm not happy and you're not happy. If I'm not happy, I can't make you happy. If I'm settling, you're settling. And at some point, that settling and everything else becomes being stagnant, and that depression hit, and then years is gone. And what? It's a fucking team thing. I don't want to sit back and be like, well, shit, that's how I wait for it. And if I do that, then you got to keep that same energy with me. And what I mean by that is if I'm accepting of you and I know this is your behavior, then I know on the flip side that you know, shit, I ain't did this for him in 2 weeks. Let me go take care of this man. That's it. But a lot of men are out here loving off the strength of love and providing and doing the things that they're doing off the strength of love in the relationship and want to see you do great and shit like that. And so much so we'll swallow our pride and our needs. What are you waking up motivated for? If you're self-motivated, you ain't married. If I have to self-motivate myself and then self-please myself, I'm not married. I'm on paper. We're not married. At some point, you gave up on the relationship or you stopped trying. The contract is the contract. Flaws is flaws. Flaws is flaws. A flaw is you don't put a dish up. The dish is gonna get put up eventually. Even those behaviors become habits. I got an Apple Watch, and my Apple Watch won't tell me habits until 30 days of working out. Then it'll tell me my regular BPMs, how many miles I average, so on and so forth. That's a habit. You can do habits. You can break in habits. What you're used to, you can get up out of that. What you're comfortable with, you can get up out of that. What you settle for, you can get up out of that. Flaws is a flaw. Flaw is like I say listen a lot. That's a habit or some shit like that. Like I get accustomed to that, but I can change my behaviors. Exactly. It depends on the flaws. Some flaws is choices. That's the bottom line. Some flaws are choices, just like a mistake made more than once or whatever the case is, a choice. I'm not saying you absolutely have to do a 180. What I am saying is that any relationship, especially from a male point of view, if I decide to give up tomorrow the things that you love and fell in love about me or I provide as a man, what am I worth? You'll get rid of me. That's not debatable. We lose a lot. You're gone. You're going to tell me how I gave up and how I slacked and how I fell off. You're going to tell me that. You're going to remind me of that. You're going to group chat it and you're going to tell the world when they ask what happened. He fell off. We fell out of love. We ain't have time to do nothing else because we ain't had a house to do nothing else. We ain't had no money to do nothing else. We couldn't do none of that. But I can't quit my duties. Self-motivation is exactly that. Self-motivation. Self-love, self-care, all that things that you do when you wake up every morning. If you're doing that, you ain't in a relationship. If you're talking to yourself and in your head, you're not in a relationship.
I can't agree with that, Jay. You got to still make yourself happy. You
Right.
still got to be able to make yourself happy as a
I'm not
man.
saying you're not. I'm not saying you don't have to. It starts with you. Absolutely. Absolutely. 1000%. It
My
starts.
life could be sucking all the dick in the world, but if I ain't making no money and I'm out here broke and I ain't getting to it, then I'm not happy regardless because I ain't making myself happy and I ain't
Right. But that,
moving like I feel like I need to be moved.
right. That's self-motivation, and you should have that. But what I'm saying is if you're okay, let's say you broke. You're self-motivated. If you're self-motivated and you broke and your agenda is to get out here and get it, but you got a woman that is against all that you do, if you got a woman that is absolutely helping and pulling you down to drain you, what are you going to do? If you're making the money and the money's going out in ways that you wouldn't necessarily invest in or whatever the case is or you envision, you're now busting your ass double time to provide for the dream or the thoughts that you had in that one. On top of that, you ain't getting no life breathe into you or whatever. What I'm saying is, yes, it's your job to be self-motivated. But if you decide to take on a partner, no different than any other business out there, if I bring a partner into my business, my partner is not to just sit there and let me do the work and then reap the benefits of all of that with me. That's not how that works. And no level.
Right. Well, I mean,
And I'm also keep it a buck. I'm not also saying that they're obligated to do anything or that you should give up. What I am saying is that is a problem that needs to be fixed. That's all I'm saying. You cannot you cannot be a part of my downfall. You can't.
right.
That's it. I should respect you and we should have a relationship open enough for you to be honest with me and to make the moves that we need to make together as a team and we decide on it and cool. But a lot of us, and I know you can agree with this, sometimes make moves and get looked at like, but at the same time, you're like, well, shit, give me something better. Show me another way. I'll follow you. If you know another way and you know a better way to do it, let me know. I'm more than welcome to hear it. And that's with anything. That's sexual if it's a problem. That's communication if it's a problem. That's dating. That's romance. That's friend finding. Whatever. If you tell me to cut somebody off, I should. You know what I mean. I should really. If you tell me somebody's my enemy, I should be like, oh, I trust you. Not just because you feel some kind of way. And those are the things that I'm talking about. We're really in this shit. Not because you and your feelings and the rest of that. We're really in this shit. But again, that's the mental health because all of that boils down to you keeping to yourself. When you bottle that shit up and then one day you explode, then what? You fed up or whatever the case is. And again, I know I situational shit varies person to person, relationship to relationship. What are we doing? That's it. We are if we're getting rid of gender roles where you out here busting your ass and shit like that, I'm cool with that. If you want to work and provide, I'm cool with that. If you want to feed yourself and you want to get out here and get it, I support that. What do I need to do to help you get there? How can I help? Money for women? Women got to answer that. I already know the answer, but women got to answer that. The women
Of
got.
course. What do you mean? Like, duh. You gotta have a couple dollars. Ain't no woman finna just
Yeah.
take on no project. You feel me?
Yep. I said that last episode. I said that last episode. Rarely is a woman that's really on her shit gonna take in a bum nigga, a project.
Mm-mm. Nah.
But you know what? I can't. I don't know. I don't know.
I
I
said
can't really say
rarely.
that.
I said rarely, rarely,
Right.
rarely.
Cause I came in front of mine, put me on my feet one time.
Yeah,
So
there's some women
shit.
that there's some. Look, listen. A lot of the women in here will attest to they don't want or what is looked at, especially at a certain age, a man that is not in his position. Matter of fact, speaking on toxic shit on there, I seen females floating around. I don't what they say. I've yet to meet a man with his own house, his own car, his own money, his own this and whatever, whatever. Right? That's a
Mm.
lot. I know a lot of them. Most of the niggas in my circle got all them checked off. But the bigger question is, what the fuck do you got if you looking for a man with that?
Hmm.
Why are you aiming at men saying that they don't have X, Y, and Z if you don't have it? But again, it comes back to we know that's what they did. This is what they looking for. So the pressure, just to bring this shit full circle, and I'm gonna end it here. The pressure is I have to go out and get it. I have to deal with my trauma. I have to deal with my problems. I have to deal with my anxiety, my stress, my anxiety, stress, and everything else from the rest of the world, from the people that I encounter in the world, everyday life, at my job, in the streets, on the basketball court, online, whatever else, by combating it, by getting to the bread. That is my calling by any means. Satisfied, happy, down, whatever. I have to get out here and get it. When the money funny, so is the relationship. It puts a
Facts.
different strain on the relationship.
Facts. But I mean, and that's why most marriages end because of over money disputes. So shit.
I mean, it's all accounted. But yeah, y'all got anything else to add? Anything the women need to
Nope.
know before they come at us next week? Kill us on
I,
our own
I hope
podcast.
they do it on here with us, yo. That's what I'm waiting on. I want.
I'm
I
literally
mean,
Hold
I
on. Let me
love
say
reading
this
the
before
comments, but I'll be ready for the actual
we
dialogue, bro.
my wife is a wonderful wife, y'all. Don't y'all get out here and be trying to
I love my
goddamn say,
that's cool as
oh,
hell.
this. Let me.
Yeah, my wife
Hey,
been in the comments, so they, but I love
Hey,
my
listen,
wife, great, bro. So
but anything I pretty much say we didn't
y'all
spoke about
come
because
on
that's
here.
how we get out.
Same time, y'all
But
go write down. Y'all go ahead. Y'all women go ahead, write down what y'all want to talk about. I dare you. I would even go so far as to say, don't even play your hand in the comments. Just write it down. If y'all interested in being on here, hit Santana, Jason, or myself,
please,
and we'll pick some people. Sure, we'll pick as many as we can for y'all to really come on here, have this conversation. I would ask you to tell your friends. Your friends. All right, Riri, I'm gonna put you down. Send me your email. I'm gonna act. I would ask you to send this to your girls and let them hear what we talking about, so that they don't come on here and say some sideways shit that we already addressed. But no, I really want to know the truth. And as far as a woman making more money than me, nah. Short, if you make that bread, I'm a cook and clean.
please, listen. My dream job is a stay at home dad. Fuck is you talking about? I cook, clean, and wash the shit out these kids. Fuck
You,
is you talking about?
listen, you making more bread than me does not make me feel any kind of way, unless you finna kick me out on the street. And I'm gonna do everything I can to make sure that you don't kick me out on the street.
mm.
Hell no, I won't have. Shorty, fuck you talking about?
We get married tomorrow. What you mean?
Right.
Suck your butt tonight and make sure you straight. What else you need? I'm gonna do my job, bro. Am I
That's
lying?
a fact.
That's like,
Fact.
and I'm gonna end it there because that's kind of what we've been saying. Like, if I'm doing all this, just make sure I'm straight too. But anyway, yes, Riri, I think it's Asha.
Mm.
Y'all, whoever, tell your friends, don't come over here reckless in these comments or whatever. Share these to the groups that y'all in. Share this to y'all pages. Point out any point out any segments or parts that you thought was informative, combative, or whatever. But yeah, let's have this conversation, man. Tabitha,
Facts.
I know you got a lot to say. Y'all come on here next week. We'll let y'all get the floor. We'll sit back and just eat it up. I won't even rebuttal.
I'll be quiet. I'm quiet
I will
anyway, so I'll be this.
in the spirit of FK clothing
I'll be
line.
that the whole
I can't.
rip.
I can't guarantee I'm just gonna shut the fuck up. I can't guarantee that.
I'm gonna be. I'm gonna eat it. I'm gonna eat it. I'm gonna shut up and let them talk because I know they got a lot to say. But
It's research for me, bro. That's all I'm gonna say is research. You know what I mean? It's gonna be a little studying, a little research. I will be quiet.
I'm gonna go
No
so far.
rebuttal.
I'm gonna go so far as to guarantee the whole episode gonna be about how niggas just want a motherfucker to suck their dick all the time.
And shut the fuck up. Don't forget that part.
Yeah. What do you mean? Yes.
Every
Like,
problem is gonna
yes.
come down to. I'm gonna predict next episode is gonna be. Nah, I'm saying I be needing da 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 and this da 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 da, and then I ain't gonna just suck your dick feeling this. So and that's the end. I don't know what else that you can really say that a man is a problem. I'm sorry, reverse it. Something they gonna say niggas is dogs. But anyway, yeah, it's all
My
on y'all.
wife said I'm not ready. Oh yeah, come on, let's go, man. We're gonna get off here and talk next week, man. Go ahead.
All right, listen, make it happen. Santana the Great, Jason, FPH, y'all buy them shirts. Jason, drop a link in the comments for them to shop and shit like that. I would play some music or whatever, man. If y'all got some music, y'all know some artists or something. You know what I mean? Last week was Richie Warbucks. I should play some more of it, but we done ran 2.5 hours up right now, man. And
yeah, I had to go hear that catalog. That shit dope.
Hey, go barbecue, man. You're gonna get me cussed out, man.
Hey, if you get cussed out, just make sure that she take care of you after, my G. That's all I ask. You can't give me the negative without the positive. Hey, share this, man. Game time. Shots fired.
One shot.
Y'all know the vibes. Hey. Give yourself a round of applause.
That was a good one.
Hey. Appreciate y'all coming out, man. Hey. 100.
Moments ago, went through their usual pregame ritual, although there's nothing usual about a Game 7.
What time is it? Game time!
And welcome to Game 7, everybody.